Folks, Bob Mannery here, and you're listening to Agree to Disagree, the flagship, only on A2D Radio. Uncle Sweeps, Nick Delgazzo, the legendary Brian Wilson, and the fucking man himself, Tom Arnone. These three guys from Jersey bringing you real talk with no agenda. You don't like them? Tough shit. It's their show, and they're going to say whatever the hell they goddamn want.
Let's go. It's Agree to Disagree, A2D Radio. We're live from the BMW of Atlantic City Studios. BMW of Atlantic City, all back to 17 in the Parkway. Find them online, bmwofatlanticcity.com. Every Sunday night, we are brought to you by our certified public accountant. Make them yours, Gibson Mayer, LLC. Find them on the web, gibsonmayer.com. Tom Arnone, Nick Delgazzo, Brian Wilson, Robbie Pove on the ones and twos. The bad boys of sports talk, worldwide leader of real talk. We're bringing it hot tonight. A lot to talk about. MLB Whiparound later on. 5 questions with the Pope. Eagles draft. Phillies talk. But it's going to be heavy, 10-9-8. A lot of stuff to talk about with the Sixers. Tons to talk about. We could do an 8-hour show just talking about them. I could do 10 hours criticizing Ben. We got a lot to talk about tonight. I want to talk about Joel Embiid. Obviously, his dominance. I thought he's had a heck of a series. Some other guys haven't. I thought he has. We'll talk about him. LeBron next year. LeBron playoffs right now. We got to discuss LeBron at some point throughout the show. He's been that great. He's been that great. And I know people don't like to hear it. Can the Sixers become the first team ever to come back from a 3-0 deficit? We'll try to figure it out. I highly doubt it, but we'll talk about it.
Why not us?
The good, bad, and the ugly, which is a lot of ugly in these three games. Okay, there's Ben Simmons, and they'll tie right into Ben Simmons. All right, our poll question brought to you by Scanzano Sports. Find them on the web, scanzanosports.com. Does Ben Simmons' mental toughness concern you? Yes. Absolutely not. He's still a puppy. Let us know. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. A2D Radio is where you can find us. We're going to be answering your questions, concerns, which is tons probably. But never forget something, family. Never forget. We dethroned the GOAT. Plays in Boston. We had a parade, okay? Never forget that we were on Broad not that long ago, okay? We'll get there with the 10-9-8s, even though it's not this year. We're going to get there. We're going to get there.
There's no reason to say it's not this year yet.
I know. Listen, I know you, so I'm going to take the poll right to you, big dog. I'm going to take the poll right to you because I already know your answer. So tell the family your answer.
What?
To the goddamn poll question. To what?
Listen.
Where are you at? Are you here? Love to have you.
He's present.
He hasn't played well in the series. He hasn't played well, but I'm not ready to throw a 21-year-old under the fucking bus right now. Okay,
we're not busting. We're not bus throwing.
Oh,
it's a question.
Let me go. It's my turn to talk. All right.
Don't agree. Don't agree. Oh, neither one of you goddamn agree because we'll just remember. Let me go. We'll remember who's on the LLC, and then we can shake heads in agreement. Go ahead.
Okay. He said a few things. Let him go.
Yeah, let him go. You know, let me go. All right. Don't like Sweeps' jacket, but we'll let it go. You know, I didn't comment on that.
Uncle Shots.
Tried to slip one by him. Couldn't do it.
Never can with
Thought
this
he was
guy.
Tony walking in with the jeans on. I didn't know what the fuck was going on.
Thought the guy pulled his goalie. He did not.
He did not.
Okay, so like I said, he hasn't played well. He hasn't. But again, No, he hasn't played well, right? And he hasn't really finished the rim. But they've been physical with him, and they're just back. They're not guarding him outside 12 feet. And it's for a reason. It's because Brad Stevens says he can't shoot, and they're like, we're not going to guard him. So
yeah, he's watched
to
film.
me, yeah, he's watched film.
Brad's watched film.
The thing is, like, Brett Brown, though, in my opinion, then he has to take the ball out of his hands. He has to run him on cuts where they have to guard him. You know, because if you don't guard him on a cut, he's dunking the ball. So I just don't know. Besides that, then he's just standing at the right inside the 3-point line, and what the fuck? They don't even have to guard him.
Yeah,
they're doubling off of him
Yeah.
because they're like, he ain't gonna shoot. Don't fucking guard him.
Yeah.
So
There's
it's
a
just
lot of times.
mind blowing to me that we haven't ran any plays. Like I put a lot more on Brett than I do on Ben right now. Now has Ben played well? No. Ben hasn't guarded very well, which is disturbing to me because
listen, the poll's just not offensively, babe.
No,
you
okay.
can tie it
well,
all
guess
into
what?
one.
But you want to talk about JoJo, and JoJo hadn't played a lick of defense all fucking series either.
That's a lie.
No, it's not a lie at all. Horford's
Okay.
lighting his ass up.
He barely covers Horford on. They double.
Oh,
Every time they pick and roll, he's on somebody else.
Would you
He's fucking
stop?
covering Jaylen Brown.
Would you
Don't you
stop?
tell me.
Would you stop the biggest play in the series? He went right fucking by
Listen,
him.
if you want to talk
Right by him.
with 5 fouls out, remember that.
I don't give
That's
a
a foul
fuck.
out situation.
Well, then
I'm
foul
just
the
saying.
fuck out. There's 4 seconds left.
Listen,
You can't run out on a
You
guy.
can't
if you're not
fucking
gonna
let
move
him
your
go
feet.
First
right
off,
by you.
we're talking about mental toughness, okay?
Oh, my God,
So
here
if
we
you're
go.
going to say that Joe's not mentally tough and hasn't been through the series,
I love
you're
JoJo.
a problem.
I love JoJo.
What's the question?
But
The question's not a talent question. The question's not his ability. The question's strictly here. The question's strictly on a guy who looks
there's been a
scared
ton
with
of-
the basketball. Stop it.
Because he can't shoot. There's been a ton of guys,
Okay,
though,
so- okay.
that have ran into problems early in their career in the playoffs. It's not like it's fucking the end of the world, all right, guys? Everyone step off the ledge, guys. All right?
There's problems.
Everyone relax.
There's problems, and then there's what
Are
I
we gonna
saw
lose
yesterday.
This series? Probably.
There's
But
problems,
I
and
still
there's
don't
what
think
I
it's
saw
over.
yesterday.
I still don't think it's over. I'm
Yesterday
telling you,
was
we
concerning.
win tomorrow, we steal Game 5 in Boston, anything can happen. Anything can happen.
Oh, my God.
This is
Here I go.
It's a
I know.
famous
We might get
famous
swept. We
saying
might
from
get
Kevin
swept.
Millar. Now that Boston has been on both sides.
Why
of it,
not us?
Right? Boston's been on the good side with the Red Sox, bad side with the Bruins. Now, could the first time ever in hoops? I doubt it because
I mean, it
we're
would
just
be
not playing.
great, but
I mean,
yeah.
of course, you never want to give up, but I'm.
But they've been
I
in all
agree
3
with you,
games, though. They
All
have
you're
they've had a
asking-
chance to win all 3 games, really. They're down 3-0. They haven't won any of them, but they've had a chance to win all 3. So that's why I say it could happen. I don't think it will. But
So to the poll, does Ben Simmons' mental toughness concern you? Yes,
a little
absolutely
bit,
not.
not a whole lot.
He's a puppy. So, okay, so you're sort of in the middle.
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit. Does.
A little bit. Sweeps?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not like completely on the blinking red lights where I'm so alarmed. In his first playoffs, right? But you know me, I don't like that excuse, right? And I understand it's 2018 and it exists. There's playoff stats, people has resumes, and I understand it exists in all 4 major sports. I understand it. I'm not a dope, right? But I got no time for it because to me, it's the same game that you played your whole life, right? But now in the moment, things can happen. He pulls that rebound down. He doesn't realize he didn't want to get fouled. He didn't realize that they had a foul to give. So you pull that down, you dribble it out. If they foul you, it's okay. Now we can get you out of the game. Now we can get you out.
You got to bring that out.
Yeah,
I'll make that. First off, I'll make that shot. That wide open. We all will. Everybody here will. The fact that you go.
It's not. Unless it's a dunk, it doesn't matter.
To me,
you pull it out. You pull it out.
I'm banging that. But
Listen, that's the point, though.
not
you
my
made a
shape.
point.
If I'm him, I'm banging.
Real quick,
Yeah.
you made a point that the game's the same, right? The only thing that changes in these situations is the energy goes up, right? I mean, that's what happens. The physicality goes up, right? So when everybody gets, and I can tell a lot by a guy, when a guy gets in your grill, how do you look back at that guy, right? That defines a lot to me. Now, you don't have to say nothing, but do you never make eye contact? Because in the Miami series, when shit went down, and I like that he walked away and took the higher road, so let me clarify that I like that part. But what's concerning in that one was that, listen, look at me. He was like this. He didn't want to look at nobody. Dude, are you kidding me? Like every grown man, when you get up in somebody's shit, everybody with a half a nut, Johnny Crook, is going to look back at you and be like, what? Are you looking at me like that? Any grown man.
You look at me like that.
Damn it. That's concerning because that's not a man to me. Like, I don't care you're a baby. Somebody's looking you in the eyes in a moment like that, and you're just going to give one of these? Like, either you're like I'm just that much better than everybody
He's got
else.
a different personality.
But that's it.
He's
It's not in
Australian.
his personality. I mean,
Okay.
he's not a killer yet.
Aussies don't make eye contact?
Listen, he's not a killer.
No,
yet. I don't
no.
know. I'm not
You
defending
ever been
that.
to
Of course.
Australia?
I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that.
You ever
I
been
didn't
to
like that.
Melbourne?
Of
Everybody walks around
Especially-
looking down.
especially
They're
if I
all
got a
Eric
team.
Lindros there with their head down.
And if I got a tee to give, I'm in your dome. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to talk shit to me. So I understand. Listen,
It was
you're
some
not
plays.
preaching that to me.
Now,
To
let me-
us. We understand that.
It's not every play. Like, I'm not going to say that it's like high panic mode here, but I'm going to say yes. There is definitely some concern. Now, is it a ton? I'm not going to overstate it, but I'm going to be real in the moment about it. Like, you know what I mean? It's Joe's first playoff series, right? And I thought that when he gets the ball on the block, he's been special. Now, did he have to rush a shot the other day? Yeah, that kind of shit happens. Now, if he makes it, he's a hero. No, he just missed it. I'm saying that's a contested shot. That's not a – now, Joe gets that ball down there. Okay, he's got, what, 2-3 inches? That's an easy finish back up, right? The rebound and the shot. The shot with the little – this is concerning, man. Hey, go watch it. Go. If this doesn't concern you, recheck it all. It was like oh my God. Oh my God, Daddy. Oh my God. Get up and get up. Get up and get up.
Well,
I mean, come on.
It goes back.
Let's go.
I don't know what that was.
I was
but
gonna say,
fantastic.
I didn't have a lot of room. I mean, how do you want me to get where I got to get to?
But I'm saying.
But I'm finishing.
It's got an inch and a half off the ground.
But it also-
I'm sending it to third.
I got slippers on.
Oh my God.
But it becomes
First off, you're wearing
the free
slippers.
throw. The free throw shooting creeps back in your head because he doesn't. Even if he doesn't know they have a foul to give, he doesn't want to. Maybe he doesn't want to go to the line. So, he just figured he'd volleyball it, and it's a shot that he claims he makes all the time in practice. It is what it is. It's not the right play unless it's a dunk. Unless it's a flush, you pull that out, and we restart.
Chrome's calling him a mental
you.
midget. Chrome chiming in on the family talk here, calling him a mental midget. Kim Wallace, she's not agreeing with that.
I think Chrome can just go root for another team probably then.
Sean Spielman, Flyers came back down
Chrome's got a
3-0.
bunch of different teams in this headline all the time, so just
Spells.
hop on another
I threw
one.
that out
Chrome.
there, buddy. Red Sox were on the good side, Bruins on the bad side. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens here. Boston always seems to be in the middle of it. Anyway.
Mike Parker says he's got crow to eat. Clay Ferguson, every player needs to learn toughness as part of maturing as a player. I mean, that's fair. It's fair. Some guys are just born into it.
Listen,
I mean, some guys you don't have to teach it to. You can teach
enough.
You can teach a jumper.
I'm
not worried about Ben. Am I worried about him for the rest of this series? Probably, because he can't shoot a jumper right now. Now, hopefully, you would think, and I know he wants to be great. You would hope that all summer long he's going to be shooting fucking jumpers. That's what I'm hoping. Obviously, right? And then he comes back next year and he can shoot a jumper and has confidence because you know what? You don't have to hit it all the time.
Nah,
as long as
you have to respect
he
it.
can do it, then you got to guard it.
But that's my point, right?
Then you go right by somebody.
Yeah.
We all know, you can teach a jumper over time. If a guy wants to work, right? If a guy wants to put in the work, you can teach a jumper if he wants to work at it, right? If he really wants it.
All the best.
But
all the best for great
can't-
athletes and weren't good shooters coming in.
You can't teach. There's something that, and this is why I'm a little concerned, because there's something you can't teach. And the mental side in the moments is not really a teachable moment. I don't know. That's not teachable. Guys, in them moments and in big spots where you look timid and nervous isn't really.
I don't think he's been nervous as more as he's been frustrated.
Well, that all ties in now.
I agree.
But it goes back to what he's saying. And I know you're going to defend you're going to defend your dad, and that's okay, right? But it's to me, it goes.
No, he's my dad.
It goes back to
Look
coaching.
At this. Look at this.
I know listen,
Look at this.
You love him. You love him. And it
Definitely
goes. Listen, it goes back to
Been
coaching.
pretty right on coaches.
Right? You got to put your. I'm not saying that he's got to be fired, but it's very close for me, right? Because you got to put your great coaches put their players in good situations. By the way, the dude is 6'10". He doesn't have a fucking jumper. Could he get on the block? Maybe. I never seen him on the fucking block. Now we're talking about being soft. I understand that. So maybe he doesn't want the ball. But how can we try that at practice?
Remember what he
Because
said?
it's probably a mismatch.
Remember what he
There's
said?
probably a mismatch.
Remember what he said? Remember what Mr. Softness said himself, right? He's a point guard. Remember, he had to clarify that for
That's
everybody.
his job to put him where he,
No,
in different spots.
Absolutely. But
job.
I'm starting to see, and this is said earlier on, right? But now you put it all. You're right. Well, you just said now run it all through, right? Run it all through right now. This is a guy who made it clear early on. Oh, I'm a point guard. Do anybody thinking I'm going down there? He said this in so many. He said it earlier on, and now I agree with you.
You get a mouse in the house. A double comes. Now we get a
I
cut.
completely
We get
agree.
a dunk.
Mouse in the
Listen,
house.
We get a dunk.
Listen, Mikey the Greek.
My favorite term.
Mikey the Greek makes a great point. Start TJ,
What
right?
up, Greek?
Start TJ. What I said yesterday is I would
They're not gonna start TJ.
Hold on. What I
They're
would.
not going to.
Shit. Let me finish.
No,
Dude.
they're not going to start TJ. They
You're
might as
gonna
well
let me
trade
finish?
Ben. Because
That's not what
like
I'm
an
saying.
absolute death
That's
blow to
not
the guy.
what I'm saying. Let me fucking finish.
I love TJ more
This
than
dude,
anyone
this dude,
that's
this
watching the
dude,
fucking
this
show.
dude, I'll smack the shit out of you.
It's not going to
Because
start.
it's going to happen
It's
real quick.
not going to happen.
If you don't let me finish,
I don't care what you're saying.
dude. Bro, you can get disrespectful with a lot of people on this couch.
Yeah.
That ain't happening here, okay? Let's
Fine.
just clarify.
Fine.
So, what I'm saying is.
Slipper talk.
Absolutely. And I'll light a lamp with a slipper.
1 inch vertical talk, you ain't lighting no lamps.
I'm not saying don't start Ben. You start Ben off the ball. That's all I was saying. I would have did that yesterday.
Okay,
And I say this, let me finish, because of Rozier. Because Rozier is their guy who gets everything going. And TJ is up in grills. He shouldn't come out. Look, if you could play him every minute Terry Rozier is out there, now this is the Brett. Every minute, and I'm critical in spots because I can see it. And he did it a lot more yesterday, so I'll give him credit that he had TJ covering him a lot more. Every minute Terry Rozier's out there. Sup. Teach. Let's go. You understand what I'm saying?
It doesn't mean to take Ben out, though.
I never said that.
Okay,
I said
fine,
run Ben
fine.
off the ball. That's why you weren't letting me finish.
That's fine.
And I was going to sleep at this point.
Well,
run him off the ball.
But he can still be on the ball offensively. Just don't let him guard Terry Rozier.
Yeah. But it's an interchangeable handle up the court.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter. But you ever see him without the ball? Watch him without the ball when it's going up the court. He's almost like begging for it. Like, I need it now. I need it now almost. Please, now. Now, I can't wait. I'm starting to say things.
1 week span, dude.
I'm starting to see things.
This guy is spectrums. He's. I might as well. I should have the Prism shirt on.
And it
tonight.
should have been something that was worked on all year because
Both sides.
listen, we're guys.
He was blowing Ben 2 weeks ago.
Now we talk about
now he's telling him he's a baby. He's a baby that wants a bottle.
All right, because we're considered, we're considered talking.
Christ almighty, Rob.
So we talk about it, but I mean, as a coaching staff and an organization, they know who's looming in free agency. Why doesn't the guy run off the ball in practice? I'm not saying you got to do it in a game. I mean, we won 16. I understand, but you tell the guy, hey,
you're
the
making
king
him
is
into
coming.
A huge diva right now.
The king's
okay?
coming. The king's coming.
You are. You know that, right?
So we may
I'm
need
not
you to play
making
off
him
the ball a
anything.
little
Yes,
bit.
you are.
I'm
you
just
keep
saying
saying he
what he
doesn't want
said.
to. How do you know he doesn't want to?
Because he said it.
Oh my God!
He said it.
Bitch, because he said he's a point guard. Guess what? You can could be a point guard all you want. You still can get on the fucking block.
Hold on, Daddy, because now I go pull quotes. Because now
Go ahead,
you're
pull
telling me
some
I'm
quotes.
lying.
I don't give a fuck.
Okay.
Liar.
No, I didn't say you. I said
saying,
him.
When the coach tells you to do something, you do it. So that doesn't matter.
That's it.
I completely agree. But now you're not talking about this ain't AAU ball, babe. This ain't even college ball. These are guys who are getting paid a lot of money.
Oh my God!
Right? I'm just saying. I'm not making this into anything. Okay? I'm not making it into anything. I just want to read what he said.
Let's read what he said. You can move me anywhere, but I'm a starting point guard. Basically, he said you can put him wherever you want to put him. That's what he said.
Backfire.
I'm not saying backfire. That's not even the whole quote.
Let me get the quote real quick.
Okay.
Right. Cover that up.
Turn the cameras off.
When I find the full quote, I'll get to you.
Hey, yoke anyone? Rob, dump out.
Start moving out of camera. I'm sorry.
Yep,
But listen,
he's
like
saying
I
it.
said, you can do whatever you, but you can
That's what
still
he's
put him
saying.
on the block.
All right. And this is all it was, right? I'm not making more than what it was, but he said I'm a
He
point
expects
guard.
to play point guard. That's fine.
Yeah.
He does play point guard.
This
He
was
is a
earlier
point
on.
guard.
This was earlier on. This was when he was asked the question
It's
in
when they
Summer League.
drafted Fultz, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So now he wanted to make sure everybody knew that, hey, that's where I am. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I wanted nothing to do.
I'm not saying
crushing you there. That,
No,
to
I'm
me,
not.
I'm all over Brett. I'm all over Brett because that's him.
big time.
That's him. All right, get a little creative. You understand? There's a reason why he's getting out coached, and it's not even close. I mean, when we're talking about late, we've been saying this for years. All right? I understand he didn't have the talent. Everybody's saying, "Oh, he's finally got an NBA roster." That has nothing to do with drawing up plays. Even when we won 10 games, we should find the best way to find our best guy at the time, whatever jabroni it was years ago, that can get us a back cut off of freaking inbounds. All right? I'm not saying that he has to make the shot for the guy. All right, but Brad Stevens finds a way to get a layup for his guys. It's incredible.
Yeah.
And I know they have to execute. I get that.
No.
Right?
I
Especially
mean,
being coaches.
they're
We
a
understand.
better
He don't
team,
write
too.
plays,
We understand.
They're a better
Oh,
team, too.
absolutely. But they're also younger. So everybody who talks about youth, they're the youngest team in the NBA.
Well, that's why
I
I'm not
think,
making
by
an
percentage
excuse.
wise.
Like,
I know.
Who just chimed in here? Jeremy Holland said, stop hating on Benny. And I'm not hating on him. I'm being real about what I saw.
You can be
I
real
love
about
Ben.
it. I agree.
Okay, I love Ben, but I'm not going to run from what I saw.
There's a little concern.
Because then I'm a homer. Because anything I say shouldn't matter then. If I say, it's okay, he's young, we're going to be okay. I'm not saying we're not going to be okay. But this is all I'm trying to make the point is, make no goddamn mistake about something. This is Joel Embiid's basketball team. And I'm not saying Ben's can't be a once-in-a-generational too because he's talented as shit, right? But Joe is the carrier. Joe's who everything's got to run through for this to work, okay? I mean, that's the guy who needs the
everybody
basketball.
knows that.
And I think, no, but I'm not saying anybody doesn't, but there was a time when Joe was out and Ben played great. And I'm almost started thinking like he was so aggressive with him out. And the second he came back, Ben's aggression went away a little bit. And that's not a shot at Ben. It's almost like he felt like he didn't need to do as much. So maybe that's part of it, too. Maybe, he's a young kid, and he feels like, I got my guy back. Let me get him the basketball.
Yeah, that's what I think.
I'm just thinking,
he tries to
it's
get
not
too
a
many people involved sometimes. Maybe lower your shoulder and dunk the ball.
And then every time he does this series, he gets a bad call on him early on. And I thought he played better in the first half yesterday. I thought the second half he played like shit. But I thought he rebounded at least in the first half better. But the second half he looked soft again. And I'm not saying it's not going to happen to a kid, but it's not happening to Tatum. It ain't happening to Brown. They don't look like the moment's too big is what I'm saying. Embiid doesn't look like the moment's too big. Dario's played in his first playoffs. Doesn't look like the moment's too big. He might miss shots, but he's physical. He's aggressive. You know what I'm saying? So look through the young kids on this roster, and none of them besides him can you make the case like this moment looks a little too big at times. That's all. At times, not every time. Before people hammer me.
Just not asserting himself.
Yes. You're 6'10" point guard.
Put your stamp on something.
You're a mismatch nightmare, period.
Put your stamp on something.
No, I agree.
You're a mismatch nightmare, period. Stop. We want you to be a pass-first guy, but there's times where you need to take over. And if you learn anything from the King, is he grew himself into an assassin, baby. LeBron grew himself into an assassin. He wasn't an assassin early. He was a great player. A ridiculous, ridiculous talent. But early on, he wasn't an assassin. Kobe was an assassin from the second he got drafted. Some guys are just born into being assassins. KD was an assassin because he can snipe. You know what I mean? So it just depends. But, you know what I mean? So can he grow in to being more assertive? Yes, he can grow into all that. And you would expect him to, right? But the mental, that was all that concerned me a little bit. I'm not overstating it. I'm not saying, you got to trade him. This is our guy, baby. I'm going to go to war with his ass next year and in Game 4. Okay? He's still my dog. But then all A2D is a bunch of bullshit if we can't come on and say, man, he didn't play good.
No, he hasn't played well.
And I know in groups, it's he'll be okay. Everybody stop it. Stop hating. We're not hating. We're real basketball fans. You can crush Brett Brown, and I can agree with things you're saying, even though
2018, Tom, you got to put a pacifier in everyone's mouth. That's why. That's why I stop hating. Shut the fuck up with the hating.
So let's get to this.
I hate that shit. It can't be real anymore. Now it's just hating. It ain't hating. It's fucking real. It's real life. If you don't like it, kill yourself. No one cares.
Absolutely.
No one cares.
And it all started, like I said, it was a great season, and
I don't care.
And all that good stuff. It was a great season, and it's not over yet, right? But it started last summer. Right, the fleecing of BC, all right? And you say, well, it's easy to say now, hindsight's 20/20. Is it? I don't know. All right, fucking Tatum's fucking good and real good.
Well, don't we know Danny Ainge is just what he does?
Real good.
So look, real quick, if Danny Ainge picks up the phone and calls you, right, I just hang up because I know I'm getting fleeced. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he even picks up the phone, I'm going, I'm not doing this now. I'm out. You know what I mean? That's Danny? Nope. Sorry, Dan. Like, Hickey would have been smart enough to know that. Sammy would have said,
Markel also.
I'm good.
Markel also.
Sorry, Dan.
Something happened to Markel's confidence.
Absolutely. Yep.
And that's a problem because we look at Markel as a guy.
Real quick.
We look at Markel as a guy. He's going for 5 minutes. We look at Markel as a guy that can create his own shot.
He wants me to say, like, you know who the fuck I am? You know what I mean? He wants me to clarify it.
I just want to talk
people,
if I can.
You know what I mean?
I feel like Greg's here again. You're like taking his talking this week.
Oh, my God.
Jesus Christ.
Proceed.
I'm not making eye contact. I'm pulling a Ben. I'm nervous in the moment.
No,
you like this? He's got his fingers.
I'll give you that one. I'll give you that one.
Is that James Johnson?
No. But listen, so
is that James Johnson, the karate?
Markel was a guy who you would think that can create his own shot. You know, that's what we coming out of college. That's what he was. And now they can't shoot. It's not really happening for us. But you thought, okay, well, at least Ben can't shoot. He can create his own shot. Our biggest problem right now is we don't have guys can't create their own shot. And Ben, since he can't shoot a jumper, they're just packing it in.
Brian
so
Cooper.
JoJo's the only guy really that can create his own shot because besides him, we got a bunch of white shooters. No one's creating their own shot.
Let me get to this.
What did Brett think about the regular season? Like, how can the dude get no minutes? Like, I understand, like we know he's dealing with stuff, but he showed glimpses in the regular season where you say, okay, maybe he's coming out of it. I know he's growing and stuff, and it's the playoffs, so let's get our rotations tight. But this dude can't take some of Rocco's minutes. That fucking crumb.
I can't believe it.
My goodness.
Has Robert Covington ever made a layup in his life where he was going full speed to the basket? That's what I want to know.
Never.
He doesn't even hit the fucking rim. It's amazing.
We got tons of comments. I'm going to get to the comments
I understand it was a switch the other night, but he don't do anything right. How about you foul Horford? Make him make two free throw or something.
And then he makes a big three, and then he doesn't hustle back on defense, and they get a dunk. Like, he's just I fucking hate Robert Covington. I have for years. He knows it, too. I've been blocked on Twitter for years. He knows. I hate him. I hate his guts, and I really want him off. I know he's not going to be off the team next year, but I want him off the
All right,
team.
I'm going to get to some of the comments real quick. We got tons of them. Jeremy Holland, all season to go get LeBron. That would be great vet leadership. Absolutely.
Wow. Listen, if it involves us getting LeBron, I'll fucking blow him. I don't care.
Yeah, we'll do. It's bigger than us.
It's bigger than me. All right.
Yeah. I'll grab a
I
nut.
will blow him for the city. All right.
I'll grab his nut.
He'll just close his eyes. That's all, and Willie will get through it.
He's been through worse.
It might be awful. It might be awful. I was thinking like something much bigger.
He'll take him in a pool first. Take him swimming first.
Ryan.
Take him swimming first.
Ryan Sabalico, if we get LeBron James, we're going to rule the fucking world. That's true. That's a true statement.
Well, yeah. I mean, have you guys watched LeBron play? That Cleveland team stinks. If they somehow win the finals this year, I might say he's best player of all time because he's going to have to average 50 a game in the finals for them to fucking win. And then best believe they're getting to the finals. So I don't care. There's no chance that Boston. I mean, Boston's really good, and Cleveland's not very good. So maybe, and Brad Stevens is a great coach. He could put something up, but I just don't see them. They're not going to stop them.
Alex Ivernistico, one back to the Sixers real quick, right? He goes, "What's the chance you giving the Sixers in Game 4?"
I think they're going to win tomorrow.
Does it go back to Boston?
Well, guess what? You'll find out. You'll find out by halftime usually of what the team's makeup is because some teams quit. Some teams 3-0. You just lost a tough one at home, and they pack it the fuck in. They get blown out in Game 4. But if they come to play and they win the game, then, hey, we bring it back to Boston. At least maybe we steal one. Something happens. Then anything can happen, you know?
I look at can you get it to 6?
Yeah.
And then you
well,
start,
if you get
and
it
then
to
the
6,
pressure,
then you should win at home.
and then that pressure starts.
And if you get it back to
right?
7, you get it to 7, then everything.
Remember one thing about this
bets
basketball
off, yeah.
team, real quick, about the Celtics. You know that we seem to leave out of this. They were in the Eastern Conference Finals last year. Okay, so a lot of these kids besides Tatum. Everybody besides Tatum.
Yeah, but they have pros, man.
You know what I mean? They have guys who've
Been
been through the road. Now, that's not an excuse for the
Al
guys who haven't.
Horford's a fucking
That doesn't
pro.
mean guys who haven't can't go beat them. But it's just saying, you know what? They got a coach who's been through it, right? We always talked about the changing of the tank. Can it be a flip of the switch? We flipped it. But are you going to then go the broad after a flip? I don't know. You know what I mean? We would have loved it. We were drinking the Kool-Aid and all, babe. But
everybody was.
But was that really the year after the flip of the switch?
I mean, going into the season, I said if we make
Come
the second round of playoffs, I'm ecstatic. And now everyone's freaking out, because obviously we wanted more. When you get there, you want more. You want more.
And when you see it.
I mean, but I said going into the year, second round of playoffs, I'd be ecstatic about. I don't want to get swept in the second round, but, I mean, we are there, so I should be happy, I shouldn't be that down. I'm not obviously. I was pretty down. I've been pretty down all weekend.
Well, just the way the East went. That's why you get disappointed because really. With the wounded animal that the Celtics were. I know we're down 3-0, but before that, we're okay, they're wounded. We'll take them, right? Cleveland stinks. Now, LeBron, we were just trying to find a way. How can we beat LeBron? And we know the Raptors are the biggest frauds ever. You know what I mean? So you just saw it. You're just man, we got
LeBron's
it's
a
exciting.
meteor,
We got a shot.
And he just extinct them Raptors.
So that's why
year.
you got more excited. Now, if
the Greats always owned somebody, right?
if
There's always that other team that was really good that never could get over because they always had to go through.
Utah.
Everybody always says there's nobody in the East. No, he just gets them out.
They won 60 games this year. That's a good fucking team.
Yeah,
that's just that when they play Cleveland, they can't
stink.
stop him.
They play anybody else.
Stop
If they play Boston, they roll them. You understand that?
They
roll them that night. Thanks for coming, especially because you don't play well in the road, Boston, that much. In the playoffs, you haven't, besides us, obviously. Milwaukee, you couldn't win a road game. Now, you know what I mean?
That's what kills you. You hope we just can find a way to get 2. Even if something happens, we get back here and it doesn't go our way in Game 6. That's fine, but find a way to get 2 of them or something. You know what I mean? The Bucks hung in there.
Yeah,
I know it's 2 different animals, but
let's
get us back here and see what happens.
The thing with the Bucks is though they got Jabari back and he can create his own shots. So they got 2 guys, and what's Bledsoe can too, kind of, but Bledsoe stinks. But Bledsoe can kind of create his own shot. But Giannis and Jabari can create their own shot. And we only got one guy right now that does that. So that really it hurts us. It does.
Let's get to a bunch of them. I want to read them off quickly because we have a ton.
What up,
Read them off. What's up, guys? How are you?
I got a couple.
I know it's been a rough weekend, but we're hanging in. We're Philly strong. Super Bowl champs.
Kim Wallace.
Just remember you're a champion.
We'll always remember that. Never forget
Just remember.
Kim Wallace, A2D, fired the fuck up tonight. That's how we roll, Kim.
What up, Kimmy?
That's how we roll. Ryan Broder was just about to ask the same question. Rocco's never made a layup. Yep, he never has.
Never has.
Rodo.
Bob Hartman, go old school and put the goon in for a few minutes. Justin Anderson, nothing more than just a few minutes.
Simba.
Tyler Coughlin talks about a little bit, the all-season, make a run at PG3. Anyone else think it's suspicious that Kawhi doesn't want to play for the most well-run organization in the NBA?
Yes, I want nothing to do with
He
Kawhi
goes,
Leonard.
I don't want to get rid of any assets either. You make a run at LBJ or PG3. You bring Rocco off the bench, similar to Iggy's role in Golden State. Agreed, brother.
I'm right with you, and I love Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, replay
and
our
so
shows.
did you.
I think he's a
Replay our
Trump.
shows.
Dude, love Kawhi Leonard.
We don't like him anymore.
And that changed like 3
Full
weeks.
circle's right.
It changed like 3 weeks ago when San Antonio's doctor said he was healthy to play, and he's like, my doctors say I'm not. What?
Yeah, what happened?
What? No, not at playoff time. Because you're going against Golden State in the playoffs, Cuts. What the fuck are you doing? Get on the court. I got no time for that. I would never trade for Kawhi Leonard because of that.
Yep.
Real quick.
That's crumness.
Brian Miller, can we borrow Brad Marchand to lick? I probably said Brad Marchand's name.
Brad
wrong.
Marchand.
Marchand. Yeah, I don't do the hockey
whatever.
names well because it's always like a Marchand.
When a guy licks a
That's why
guy,
keep me around.
He's like,
butcher,
can we get
butcher
him to
away.
lick?
Butcher away. The guy's licking guys.
He's like, can we get him to?
He's a French guy, the French liquor out there.
Can we get him to lick? He goes, can we get him to lick Brian Miller? Can we get him to lick Jason Tatum for us?
Maybe Brad Stevens.
My God, I saw the funniest meme today where it was a playoff, a Christmas Story licking the pole, and it was Marchand.
I seen one. I seen one where it said Marchand's helmet, and it was like the dog thing when the dogs can't bite you. You know, like the megaphone thing.
Cone, yeah.
I was dying.
That's great.
You can read these ones, but I'm going to keep going here. Jeff Galeese is always talking about Jays guys. We see Jeff, bro.
What up, Jeff?
We know your Jays are talented. We know they're talented. Where's Mike Parker? Crow Eaton, what did he say? He's like, I didn't like the day for recent history and thought his price was high. I don't know what he's. Mike, say it again. Report it in.
That's a Spidey talk. That's Jason Day. He's
Jason
about.
Day. Okay.
Come on, Sweeps is on. I got you there,
He's talking
Spidey.
about Jason Day. Well, I've been on mine all day, so I don't know who the hell he's talking about.
Just helping you out, bro.
You know what I mean?
I'm your
Appreciate
publicist.
it. Teamwork. TTP
Teamwork is
Balling's
the
not
dream work.
happy.
Teamwork keeps the dream work.
He's saying fuck.
TTP Balling's just giving us a nice big fuck. I'm with you, brother.
I hear you, brother.
Sixers JT says, I have a feeling the Sixers win Game 4, but from the looks of it, we will not win the series. I know it sucks, but hopefully we do avoid the sweep, and I think we will. We'll find out by halftime. If they, I want to think that we're mentally tough enough to show the fuck up and have some pride, but you never know. You never know. If we're down 20 at half, then forget I said that.
Yeah.
You're right. I mean,
Read this one.
It's a home game. You got to get one.
Michael
Extend your season.
Profound 69 says Ben Simmons reads his own press clippings too much. He's getting an NBA reality check. After tomorrow, he'll be able to catch Tinashe's Joyride tour in its entirety. I don't know who Tinashe is.
That's
But
his girl.
I don't see that. I don't see a guy that's full of himself. I see a deer in the headlights. He's playing scared right now. He's never been there before. He's learning a new position. A guy, Daniel Ragusa from Germany, actually chiming in.
The big ragu?
Yeah.
It's the Ragu Festival.
He goes, come on, guys. It's not only his first season as an NBA player. It's his first season as a point guard as well. It's just gotten started. But
It has just gotten started, but listen, he's had a whole season.
You got to be.
It's not the first week.
Listen, you got to be accountable. All right, we know it's 2018, and we don't give a shit about it because we despise that whole thing. That's sweeping the country and the world. You understand? It's awful.
Playoff spotlight
Be accountable.
versus regular.
Everybody from the freaking janitor, right, to the guy in the penthouse, right, should always be accountable for what he's doing, whether it's his job or it's sports, which is their jobs as well. All right, be accountable for your actions. That's all. And if a guy stands up and owns it, I got respect for you. All right.
Well,
but to your point, like he's getting, to softness thing, I think he's got like a little Ferrari. I saw a picture a couple weeks ago.
Oh, yeah, he does.
Cruising through Camden and whatever, the topless in a monster car. He's got the hotshot girlfriend. Careful, careful.
That's right.
Muck it up a little bit, son. And
if
then
he was dating the Kardashian, I would have lost my shit already. All right, don't worry. I'd already lost my shit.
I don't think his brother LeBron would allow that to happen.
I would hope
you know
not.
what I mean? You would hope that.
I would hope not.
Muck it up a little bit.
You would think
buddy.
LeBron would get in his head because LeBron, he didn't go chasing the models. He dated like a high school sweetheart. She's probably a 4.
Trouty.
Two
of the best guys in the world.
Yeah, he probably could date the 13 if he wanted. He's got like a 7. She stays at home with the kids. I come home after I'm done practice.
No, man,
I'm up at 6 a.m. Like that's the kind of guy I want. I'm sorry.
81 games a year on the road.
That's the toughest thing that's always the toughest thing, in my opinion, with drafting any sport, football and basketball more, but any sport drafting a guy really young, because mostly well, basketball definitely, they're usually 19, is you don't know how they're going to respond when they get the money.
Yeah.
Because if they get the money and they get the pussy and they get the fame, they get everything, some guys don't want to work anymore. I want the guy that wants to work. That's why you got to make sure you really grill them with questions, because it's all about when you get that money, what's going to happen. Because there's, it's tattered. It's tattered with stories. It's tattered with stories of guys that have fucking got the money and just disappeared.
Checked out.
Check the fuck out.
How's the home life? A lot of stability in the home life.
Yeah, and I think he has all that stuff. You know what I mean?
No, I'm not saying that Ben doesn't have that.
I'm just saying, like, I hope
that's one thing you always got to be wary about, though, I feel like.
I hope he takes the trick out of, LeBron's playbook with everything, because we talked about, like, the reason LeBron, to me, is, I've come around more so than even before on him, is the kind of guy he is off the court. You know what I mean? When you're that in, the presence every day, you're that much in the spotlight as he is with his stature, you would think you'd run into something wrong. He did something wrong. You know what I mean?
Shit,
like, he didn't do it. He didn't pay enough of his taxes or something.
If they followed me, I'd be a fucking.
You know what I mean?
Like you said, at least.
My life's a train wreck if they followed me around. It's
at
terrible.
least get in the
I'd be on every headline.
At least get in the confrontation. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to do anything. Like, but you're talking about be an instigator, be a pest. Because guys like Crosby and Gretzky, I know we're talking different sports. They never get their hands dirty, but they're always in the middle of something. You know what I mean? It's like what I call drive-by skating. Hey, little fuck you, drive-by skate, and then somebody else cleans up the mess. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you gotta have that.
And the old bad boys and the Pistons, you know what I mean? Isaiah never got his hands dirty, but he never had to, right? And the boys were right there, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the thing. The guy just, he's a good father, good husband, never gets in trouble, seems to do everything right.
And he's 33, and everyone wants to say he's old, but guess what? The dude's he's still clearly the best player in basketball, right? I mean, if he wants to sign here, you fucking sign him. I don't care what he wants. I sign him. I'll give him whatever he wants. And he sleeps in a hyperbaric chamber. He's the first one in practice every day. Did you hear Kyle Korver talking about him? He's like, I come to practice at 6 o'clock in the morning, and LeBron's been there for an hour. It's like, what? And that's the kind of guy that you want around, especially with a young team. That kind of work ethic rubs off. Yeah. So it's almost like the Arietta factor, but we were like, I don't even know how.
No. Hold on, because I gotta get to this. Tom Ralston. Dude, you're talking about fucking Arietta. I don't give a shit about Arietta right now.
Wow, here we go.
I'm going to read people's comments because that's what it's about.
It was about the NBA, dude.
All right, it's about what it's about. We're going to read off and we're going to engage back, okay? Thanks. He's like, I can't believe people are questioning this guy's mental makeup. Last week, he was the man. This is why no player wants to play here. So quick to rip a player to shreds. Well, that's because you just jumped in and you didn't listen.
That's where everyone's quick to rip people to shreds, dude. Go around the nation.
It's called a conversation starter.
Go around the nation.
It's called a conversation starter, okay? It's about being a realist, too. Like, nobody's crushing the guy. I made a couple statements. There's some things I saw about the mental part of it. Right, that I saw. Okay, I'm allowed to ask that question to people. Did you see the same thing? Okay, so don't you jump in late and you see and you don't listen. Listen to what we got to say before you want to fucking throw assumptions around that nobody wants to play here.
Right. Well,
shit, I would want to fucking play somewhere where people are gonna keep it real on my ass.
Yeah, you know
shit.
what? We're good fans.
Let's just say that we did do that. Right? What is wrong with that? Right? Once again, you're in the public eye. You're playing. You're okay with being down 0-3? You being or 3-0?
Yeah, we're good with that, Tom. Okay, cool.
You okay with that? Okay. I'm not. So somebody's got to pay for it. I already told you Brett Brown's a piece of shit. Right? I don't like his act. I don't like what he's doing. Maybe a little strong, but I don't like his act. Right? And your two superstars got to be held accountable. Right? And Ben is the most glaring one. Right? I don't think JoJo's killing Horford or Baines as much either. So he needs to maybe put his handprint on a little more too, though. All right? I'm not giving him a pass.
Well, I think
but Ben is so glaring, it's ridiculous.
There's a difference between trashing somebody and being concerned about a level of play. I mean, it's been mostly peaches and cream in the group, as you've been saying, Tom, but a couple people chiming in, like Catch a Check, the 8th, actually. He goes, it's a concern, and it is. It
is a concern.
Can he turn it around, especially if you invite a guy like LeBron in? Absolutely.
Absolutely. LeBron, and James Wilder, right? James Wilder's saying exactly what Simmons said. So Tom, hold my goddamn fucking beer for a minute, okay? He says Simmons actually said himself he was in his own head. So they're just analyzing facts.
He did say he didn't think it was as much as the defense was doing as much as it was that he was overthinking.
No, so for us to ask the mental makeup is a question we're allowed to ask today, okay? Because that's the problem. We got to run and hide from everything because the guy's special, right? So because the guy's special and talented, we got to – right? I mean, we got to soak in the whole goddamn sack instead of just saying, dude, He's struggling a little bit. All right? He's talking about his mental. He's talking about, he's thinking too much. So let's have a conversation. Okay. There's your conversation.
TTP Ballin says, can't say I expected
we put people to bed.
Can't say I expected
we're bad. We're bad. Listen, we're putting night, Tylenol PM.
I don't want
Good night. All right? Good night.
Can't say I expected a sweep. Can't even say I expected a series loss. TTP Ballin, by the way. I totally agree, brother. He says, this year was a huge success, so can't complain. Add a few more pieces next year. Get Rocco the fuck out of the lineup, and we can take some more steps forward. I mean, I think we all agree there.
Yeah. But no, Rob, and what the guy said on there, and I think we can all agree here, is you bring a guy like LeBron in, right? He's going to help with that leadership.
Absolutely.
And closing and being
Work
a
ethic,
pro.
just
Everything. The guy puts over $1 million back into his body. It's all you need to know if a guy cares or not. How much money are you putting back into your body to be stronger and better? How much? How much are you working to be stronger and better? The special ones never stop. Larry never stopped. Larry, first guy in, last guy to leave. That's what started that whole first guy in the gym. Everybody wanted to be Larry Bird after that. You know, if you're going to put in work in, you can be the best as you want. You know what I mean? And that's all matters. And LeBron's the first guy in, last guy to leave. People want to talk about he ran coaches out. The guy's a smart basketball guy. That's what he is. So he thinks somebody's an idiot.
Your best player.
Right? I mean, you're not good enough to –
Your best player's your coach anyway, basically.
Your best players.
You think Jordan wasn't calling plays?
Your best players.
Where the fuck are you at? Phil was like, run a triangle. I don't know.
Your best
Did you
players.
see him in New York? Tell me how good Phil was. Come on. Tell me.
He's
Tell
just
me.
sipping the whiskey.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit.
He's like, Scotty's out there.
Yeah.
I think Steve's on the wing. Michael, do something.
Run a triangle.
Little smoke, little shivers, yeah.
And your teammates see right through you if you're not, because in every sport, your best players are your hardest workers.
Yeah,
right? That's
your leader.
That's just fact,
Yeah.
And, they're great leaders, they're great warriors, competitors, all right, gamers, all that good stuff, and that's how you get. And your teammates, they know that. Right?
Yeah,
and they're going to follow.
That's how you become the best.
Yeah.
Now, was this year a huge success, like TTP said? Yeah,
It is a great. Yeah.
it is a success. But
that's for after, and it is absolutely, and that's not a shot at you. That's just for anybody out there. That's my opinion, and I believe our opinion is after the season's over, then it's time for reflection. Not when I'm still in it, and not I'm giving out ribbons while I'm in it. Like, hey, good job, we won 50 games. We were hoping just to be a 7 or 8 seed. No. We're in the second round of the playoffs, dude. Like, we want to go for the kill shot.
Yeah, we're a 3
right?
seed.
I mean,
Yeah.
we'll evaluate when we're going fishing, right? If we don't get one tomorrow, or if we lose Game 5, then it's time to sit back, soak it in, say, hey, fantastic. We did a lot of great things. All right, this is what we got to do here. Yes, no, whatever. Evaluate and go from there, right? But
Mikal Bridges.
not when I'm in it. Not when I'm in it. No way.
Give me Mikal Bridges, please.
like, have they had a good season? Yeah, but we're down 0-3. Right?
We're not happy about it.
The last thing you want to do.
And we were favored to win the series. I mean, let's call it what it was.
Yeah.
Maybe we shouldn't have been, but we were favored to win the series. So
we were
I think without Hayward and Kyrie, I mean, I texted Tom. I was like, what if they were playing right now? What would be going down right now? But you can't say that.
I sort of think they may be playing worse, hopefully.
Yeah.
I don't think they would be.
It's hard to imagine, but possibly if horseshoes were hand grenades, you don't know.
I don't even want to include
you don't
Hayward.
even know the matchups. The matchups might fit you better. You know what I mean?
Because Hayward played like 1 minute this year, so I'll just include Kyrie. But if Kyrie was on the court,
they're
it
filthy.
would probably be even worse than it is right now. But I mean, this is Kyrie's career though. Always hurt.
Yep.
He always will be. That's why you can all these people trying to tell me, well, Boston's younger, and I know they are. Right? But I mean, I still think that we have a great future as well as them. I mean, I expect us to see them a lot in the playoffs moving forward.
And we said that. We've been saying that for
a while.
months.
Yeah, for a while.
We're expecting, LeBron's going to ride off in the sunset if he doesn't join us, and we're hoping for 10 years of the old Celtics-Sixers rivalry. Let's go.
Back,
you know
yeah.
what I mean?
And we started the process now. Like I said, the season's not over, and we're hoping that we can still somehow win 4 in a row here and keep this fucking thing going. But even if you can't get LeBron and you can't get Paul George, whatever, there's still we've started something here where guys that are really good players in the league that are stuck places, like Anza Canabo, guys that are stuck shitty fucking places, they're going to want to come and join our team. That's what the whole process was about, was getting to where a superstar is like, oh, I want to go join those young guys over there. And then so we're there now. So that's going to happen. We're going to bring somebody in. It's going to happen. Just who, we'll see who, But that's going to happen. In the next year or two, somebody big's coming in. You got to believe it.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting if it's LeBron.
I mean, if it's LeBron, then I'm walking around with a heart on.
I don't think him winning.
Until the season starts.
I don't think him winning games in the playoffs and going further or winning the championship matters of him staying in Cleveland. You know what I mean? Like,
I think the only way he stays
I think
is
he
Cleveland.
realizes what he's in. He knows that his body, there ain't no way that he's going to be able to continue the state, like even next year, put all that pressure again on himself like that. You know, I would think he'd want to go somewhere and mix himself around some guys, especially if they go down. Especially if they get swept by Golden State or something. You know what I mean?
Listen, he went back there, was the savior. Got him the one that they were, the elusive one they were missing all the time. You know, they burned him for leaving. He went back. He got one for the city. Now, if he wants to, I understand. Even a guy like me who's been a long time Jordan guy is now swung. The pendulum's slightly going past. I'm right. He's right here now. But if you're talking about championships, he's going to want whatever he's got left. He wants to go compete for him.
Yeah.
And being in Cleveland, probably not going to do it. So
I mean, granted, they could get the number one pick this year. They could.
Yeah.
But outside of that, I don't see him re-sign with Cleveland.
Yeah.
Their team is atrocious. I mean, he is that team. You watch that team play. Kevin Love's starting to play a little better. Kevin Love's not a bad player. We all know this. But Kevin Love's also no spring chicken. He's getting a little older, right? And then who do they got? Young guys on a team that that excites you.
He disappears for
chunks
of the game.
Series.
Yeah.
First off, the Indiana series, he didn't even play.
Yeah.
They won a game. They won a game in the Indiana series where no one on the team had more than 2 field goals made besides LeBron. How does that even happen? How does it even happen?
He's a killer, an absolute killer.
How does it even happen? He's shooting like 65% for the playoffs right now.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Insane.
It's ridiculous.
Insane.
I mean, he's putting on a show.
Last night was incredible. I mean, he was headed.
That shot was ridiculous.
Like
too.
you said, it was 100 miles an hour, and he was headed towards the hot dog vendor, and his only shot was to bank.
I'm just gonna bank this in real quick, and it was the best of all the Raptors guys on the bench are just like. Did he just make this go 1,000 miles an hour and just throw it off the back? Did he just do that?
And I just knew it was going in.
Like
wherever he was, you just knew it was going in.
As soon as he caught the ball, you're like, well he's going to shoot it.
He almost made one. What was it? Might have been the series before in Game 7, right? Because they went 7 in the OT, right?
No. I know what you're talking about. It was Game 6 when they went to OT.
Okay.
Or no.
And he knows.
Whatever game
he
it was.
knows he's
there was like
the king.
a second left, and he got it, missed it, and he almost felt like he said to himself, he felt like he said to himself, "Should I rush that one a little bit?"
And
you know what I mean? Like it almost looked like he
and
felt.
he knows he's the king. Sorry to cut you off. I know he knows he's the king of the East. So like all that Laker talk, like Ralphie, ain't gonna happen, buddy. He's staying put here. It's not gonna be in Cleveland. He's staying in the East. For whatever's left, he's staying in the East because he knows he'll really get roasted if he stay on this side and try to beat the bullies. Try to beat the bullies.
Everyone's like he's got a house in LA.
Trying to beat the bullies.
Shit.
Everyone
who's got $100 million has a house in LA. All right, so that doesn't mean shit. And Paul George is from LA. Paul George definitely not staying in Oklahoma City because they want to get away from that cancer known as Russ Westbrook as fast as possible. And Paul George is going to LA. I would bet multiple hundreds that Paul George signs with the Lakers. I think
he already said he's out.
I think it's guaranteed.
Jesse Nichols.
What did you say? He already said he's out.
Yeah, he's already said he's out. Yeah.
I figured that.
Jesse Nichols.
No one wants to play Russell.
Covington has to go. Brian Miller. Bottom line, LeBron's the fucking man. We get him. We're golden. Sweeps. I mean, Mike Parker wants to talk about baseball way he sweeps.
Spidey, what's up?
So we'll get to that in a little bit.
Spidey, you in the garage? Echo talk.
Echo talk. Yep. And Ryan Breder, LeBron has a perfect opportunity to come here and show the next generation of NBA stars how to win. That perfectly goes along with his legacy. He's always said he wanted to being a role model and an ambassador of the league. So it makes sense. And Ben's his fucking boy.
Yep. TTV balling. Does watching Donovan and Ben in the playoffs change your opinion on Rookie of the Year? No, it doesn't for me. But, I mean, Donovan Mitchell can really play. Jason Tatum can really play. It looks like a really good class.
Yeah, it really is.
I mean, hopefully, what it does change is the fact that we're like, fuck, man, did we really fuck up by taking Markelle Fultz? Like, we're hoping. I know I'm not trying to say this dude's done or nothing. He's 19, he's about to be 20. He's extremely young. But Jason Tatum and Donovan Mitchell look really, really good.
No, I hear you. It's a good question, but it's the reason why they have the awards are for the regular season. You know what I mean? They have postseason awards and stuff like that because they're just guys that take the heat in the postseason. And let's hope he's not one of those guys going forward. After this season. But no, he definitely deserved it, and I'm not being a homer on that. But if you like people that are homers and think that Donovan Mitchell doesn't deserve some consideration are out of their mind.
Yeah,
right. That team was supposed to be. That team was supposed to be a 9, 10, 11 seed, right? Ended up as the 4. All right, he set the rookie record for threes in a season. He's an issue, and I got a problem with him because he's making sweatshirts and he's acting like a little girl about it. Instead of just letting his play talk, talk for him. All that little girly stuff about Ben not being a rookie. That's to me, that's child's play. You're right. But that dude had a tremendous season, and he's special. He really is. I mean. Him and Kuzma, guys that were late,
coach
back end of those drafts, or two guys that are wow.
He's got 15 and a half.
Real good coach too over there.
Quinn?
Yep.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
You'd be able to do that with that team,
yeah.
right? Even win a game against Houston in Houston, without Rubio.
NBA update: Rockets up 10 and a half.
No, you expect that. They don't have enough firepower to play with them consistently, but unless the Rockets do it to himself. TTP balling, which is what Fultz was supposed to be this season. I guess he's saying
a more athletic, aggressive Celtics. Okay, hold on. Let's see. They're talking about Jason Tatum. Should be in the combo. Kid's a stud, only 20 years old. Facts, he looks really scary at times. Jason Tatum can really play.
Yeah, he can. Absolutely.
Once he gets stronger and gets his NBA body, look out. I also agree with Santo Spurs when he says we look one-dimensional. Aside from Ben and Joe, pretty much spot-up jumpers. We are, yeah. We absolutely are.
Yeah, when they're not going down, look how we look.
And against a more athletic, aggressive Celtic team where they can zone in and chase us off the line to become ineffective, need more guys that create their own shot. Absolutely. And they said, what Fultz is supposed to be. I think I just said it like 10 minutes ago. But, yeah, I'm right with you.
I'm
right with you.
I thought a little
Tatum
bit
reminds me a little bit of like Grant Hill with a better shot. And like I told you guys last night, hope for his sake, he doesn't run into the injuries that Grant ran into. But
or hopefully
not.
I
think
I'm not a Celtics fan.
I don't know. When I saw Fultz play this year, the little bit we saw, I thought he could create his own shot. I thought he was playing.
He can just hit the shot.
I thought he was playing good. I thought he could create. There was times he looked really good.
He hasn't gotten much time at all.
And there was times where you're like, okay, now you know why you took guy number one. You saw a couple flashes there. So. You just hope with the all season getting his head right and coming back next year a little stronger too, obviously.
Absolutely.
And you expect Ben to be stronger, and now Joe almost played a full season if you count the playoffs. He's he's close to that 80 game mark at least, so his body's more built for it. So you hope next year you just get better and you get a guy in like LeBron, because then you get a guy banged up, you got LeBron.
Absolutely
simple.
When the whole Tatum versus Simmons debate comes about, it's an unfair comparison. Some guys hit the ground running and then fizzle out later in their career. Some guys need a little development more or what have you. I think it's way too early to make statements comparing the two just because one's rocking and the other one's rolling. You know what I mean?
Well, Tatum and Fultz.
Well, I
Fultz,
exactly.
Okay. But when you're a number one pick, you shouldn't need any time. But I hear you.
I
understand the seasoning. I get what you're saying, but when you're the number one overall pick, you don't have any time.
I think
unless your arm, unless your leg falls off, you got some crazy injury. The whole mental thing. That's just not an excuse.
Yeah, no, I agree.
You played the game your whole life.
The problem is,
but I hear you.
The red flag to me is he wasn't physically injured. I don't feel like. Or he was, but we let it go.
We don't know. Yeah,
he was. I think he was too, but they still let it go much longer than he was actually physically injured. I feel like.
Yeah.
And so
then it got in the head.
So then it was like, and then there was a whole mental. That's a red flag to me. The whole mental thing's a red flag. I don't like that mental shit. That's not good. Like what? What do you mean he doesn't want to play? What do you mean he can't?
Yeah, and I think everybody agrees that it's not. It's not a comparison that you can really have yet. Talk to me. Talk to me halfway through next year, a full year, 2 years in, and then you can start getting closer to it. And as you get 3-4 years into it, then you're gonna know. Then it's gonna be clear as day if it was a bad pick, a good pick, or whatever. You know what I mean? Then you're gonna know. I think you're gonna know sooner.
I was just gonna say, I think you're being generous. I
thought
one more year.
That's what I said initially.
Full season play.
That's what I said initially. I said a full year, and then you can sort of have a determination. Then you're really gonna know.
I heard you say 3-4. I'm sorry.
No, then after, and then instead in 3 or 4, then it's gonna be like it's over. Then the conversation's just officially done. Then you can't say you gotta wait longer.
Yeah, we missed.
3 years is completely enough. Yeah.
Own it. And you swung and missed. Yep. Own it.
Done.
Let me give you a perfect analogy here. You're going to love this. If we went based on this early in their first year, Dak Prescott was better than Carson Wentz, right? You can't make that, you know what I mean? Because if you were
stat-wise, yeah.
It's a Dallas fan.
And win-loss-wise,
No. Don't you see I'm giving you your perspective? Is that it's that ridiculous early on, and then you elongate it a little bit, and you saw how far and ahead Carson Wentz is over Dak. You know what I mean? But if you make that little snapshot judgment, that's dangerous.
Yeah, it is.
It can be, yeah.
Small sample size, quick. Because the guy came in, he looked great. He had a running game. They won freaking 13 games. You know, he's the talk of the NFL. And, you know, most guys that, you know, saw Carson right away, like, yeah, he's a pimp. They just weren't winning games. You know, and then people started the comparison real quick. He's better. Look at the win-loss. His team's in the play. You know the whole thing. So, I mean,
it's always going to happen.
It's
always going to happen.
It's just going to be harder on a guy who didn't play, who was out for that long. It makes it worse. Like, then it's like, oh, you missed. Like, if he played and he was like.
And Dak was also like, what, a fourth rounder? So, like, he's back to playing where he should be. You know what I mean? I understand, you know, and that's not me slicing your neck. But
no, not at all.
That's where he belongs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, playing middle of the pack NFL quarterback football, because we know the league's full with terrible quarterbacks, you know, so that's where he should be. He's not in the top 5.
Oh, yeah.
How he played for those flashes, you know what I mean? Yeah.
I still think
but you know what I mean.
I think he's maybe 12 to 15, which is not bad for a young quarterback at all. I don't think the top, when people were saying he's top 5, that's just insane to me, because first off, you got 4 guys that are old, that aren't moving out of the top 5 anytime soon. So
Jesse Nichols back to Fultz, he'll be fine. And I think we all agree there, you know.
We hope he'll be fine.
But now he's saying he should play instead of TJ. But then, you know, TJ's been the one hounding Rozier.
He shouldn't play instead of TJ. But I mean, I'm willing to give him some of Rocco's minutes. If Bellinelli's just shooting off balance jumpers, I'm willing to give him some of his minutes. We're shooting way too many off balance shots. And I know for some reason JJ, when he does like the lean in shot, he always hits it. But when he falls away, he misses. So like, I don't know. I feel like we've been doing it for a while, and we were hitting a ton, you know, that 16-game streak and everything. But
there's minutes to go around.
Let's plant our feet and let's shoot jump shots, guys. Like, I hate these moving. Yeah. I know Bellinelli hit a great one to tie it, but
no, it's the same thing. It's the same thing we were saying with Kapler. There's, you know, in basketball, there's plenty of minutes to go around. You can cut little cut from here, this guy, little cut from this guy. All of a sudden, now you've created a minutes monster. Yeah. You know that now Fultz has minutes.
8 minutes.
You know what I mean? Just like we're talking about Kapler. Hey,
8 minutes is fine.
You know, play Williams here, play Williams here, play Williams here, play Williams there. You know what I mean? So there's that bats to go around in baseball. There's time. You know, there's plenty of stuff to go around. The season's so long. You know,
4 minutes.
Especially when you're struggling.
4 minutes from the end of the first to the second, 4 minutes from the end of the third to the fourth. Why can't he get 8 minutes? That's what I don't understand. Like, he was playing at the end of the season. Why can't we get him 8 minutes in this playoff?
He played in the beginning of the Miami series until it got too physical, and then they're like,
just stay away from Jason. He's an animal.
Somebody's gonna hit your shoulder. Come here, buddy. You know what I mean? It was almost like that. I don't know, man. There's no way figuring out the Sixers and how they handle their young players. And if you try to do it, you could do a 10-day show on it and not figure it out, because there's no, you know what I mean? We've been talking about every young kid. There's not one that we've gotten that there wasn't something, right? Go through every one of them. You know, Dario was never coming over. You know, JoJo was never going to be healthy ever. You know, Ben had to sit out a year because of his foot. You know, and then Markel on the shoulder and then the head. And you know, Joe and Ben look to be okay, right? Like, they look to be stars of the future, right? So you just hope that this kid can build into that too, where this was just a little hiccup, and he's really as special as he was supposed to be, and that's why he was drafted number 1. And Colangelo's not as much of a fucking dope as that it could be made out to be. Now, in the flashes I saw, the kid's got a ton of talent.
He does.
And granted, now you can talk to a guy all day you want. When you sit down with a kid, sometimes it's hard to get up here. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that, you know, Danny Ainge saw something in Tatum that he really liked, right? And obviously he saw something in Fultz that they really liked. Say, okay, you're going to let us go up to 1 and get the guy who everybody thought – the ones there's a couple teams. You know, everybody thought this guy was the best player in the draft. Most people did. Most people.
Yeah. And that's why we keep it real here, because I'm not going to just because Tatum's a monster right now, I'm not going to be that guy that says, I wanted Tatum. I wanted Jackson. All right, so and I'm just saying, I thought he was a better fit for what we were trying to do, you know, at the time. That's all.
I like Jason Tatum at college, but I was a Josh Jackson guy myself. I thought Donovan Mitchell was a good player at Louisville. I did not think that Donovan Mitchell was going to be this good in the pros.
And we watched a ton of Utah games. You know what I mean? Like, Kuzma wasn't even the best player on his team. You know what I mean? And he's special. I'm just saying, like, come on. So it's just, you know, it's wow.
No, you find guys. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's what the good ones do. You know, I thought
some guys are made for college, some guys are made for pro.
Yeah.
You know, so we'll see, man. I mean, hopefully he gets it right. Jesse.
Michael Profound, real quick, says T.J. McConnell looks like the long-lost member of the Backstreet Boys. True. But he'll hound you on fucking defense, though.
It my way.
I'll get all up
Tell me why.
We'll get all up in you, brother. Jesse Nichols says, also, the mask is bothering JoJo. Nobody talks about it. And that is true. Yeah, that is true. And he's still getting it done offensively.
Well,
but just imagine if he
didn't have it.
You can tell it's
bothering him because he keeps slamming it to the ground every
Just imagine if he didn't. Imagine if he didn't. You know, I think this series is a little different.
Can we just take it off now?
I do. I think this series is a little different.
Are we long and long?
You know what I mean? That's what sucks about it. I think
are we
this series
far
is a little
enough along now where we can
vision.
just take it the fuck
They
off?
said absolutely not. They said absolutely not. It's on throughout the playoffs. Yep. Yep. It came out. Absolutely not. They're not taking it off. Precautionary.
It's got to limit the peripheral.
Oh, absolutely. And then I think fogs up. Basketball is a hot sport, baby. You're running up and down. And you ain't just sitting around. You know what I mean? You're not wearing.
The only time I've ever worn a mask like that is paintball, and that fucker fogs up like a mother. I used to take it off like, I don't know, it shoots me in the face right now.
Yeah. Even when I was trick or treat, dude, I'd take it off. I mean, like, I don't care. Just put some candy in my bag, dude. Like, it's pissed me off. It's just so restricting. Whatever, you know what I mean?
I don't want to wear a mask ever.
Nah.
Never. So, you know, you
I
saw
would never
JoJo.
be a good robber.
I mean, JoJo's a guy who
never want to wear a mask.
or a killer.
JoJo's a guy, JoJo's a guy no matter who he played against, you play 25 minutes, he's scoring 25 points. You know what I mean? So you see, he's still scoring points, but if he's logging like 36 minutes, usually he's going to drop 36 points. So, you know, and I think the math might have a little bit to do with it. You know, some of his field goal percentage the other day, but dude, he still shows to be a killer. He still wants the basketball in big spots. He begged to come back in the game yesterday. That's what you want to see from your guys. You know, he wants to win. And I fucking love Joe.
I got nothing bad to say about JoJo. It's just that he's a young guy.
Why did he have to beg to come back
the
in?
old vet.
The
old vet is kind of giving him a little taste of, hey, you know, some of us old vets know a thing or two. Because Horford's kind of toying him a little bit with some fakes and getting around to the bucket.
And it's pro basketball, so there's no comparison. But we've all seen those guys, like, you know, up the courts or the YMCA. Just that guy that's like 48 years old, and you're like, this guy's nasty, man. He's still got it, man. This guy's so good, you know.
Al Horford's a good player.
He's still taking me off the dribble. Like, how's this guy's feet this good?
Yeah.
And guess what? He doesn't do it a lot in the regular season, but if you leave him open, he'll hit a jumper on you all day.
All right, fam. Before we head over to YouTube,
tremendous pro.
Before we head over to YouTube and the site, I'll read off Tyler Coughlin and Chrome's comments, and then follow us over there, fam. But Tyler Coughlin says Boston is much more athletic, but Brett fell in love with Marco and Ersan, and he said Anderson should have gotten minutes, but Brett is a moron and was thoroughly outcoached numerous times this year. And, you know,
well, he's getting outcoached now, that's for sure.
And Chrome says, hey, Sweeps, rest in peace to Yachty's testicle. You want to talk about toughness? Guy gets his nuts destroyed to the point where he needs emergency surgery and he walks off the field. That's grown-up talk.
Wait, what happened?
Yeah, last night, emergency surgery. He got foul 102, the Hicks kid throws, and then he got foul-tipped. Hit him right in the dong. So he got, it was like late last night. It was like, whatever they call it, something, hematoma in that area. So they had to get surgery. He's had him off.
Jesus Christmas.
Yeah.
What a gift for joining the 3,000 club.
No, but Yachty.
Oh, Yachty.
Yachty.
Foul tipped off the catcher.
Yeah.
Got it. I thought you said Pauls. I was like, damn.
Yeah, Yachty got drilled. Yeah, now he joins the likes of other major leaguers who have lost a nut.
John. First off, John had a great comment today while I was watching the game. Before the Phillies, the bullpen came in and just made me sick to my fucking stomach. They were talking about Larry Anderson's birthday. And he's like, T-Mac's like, I know you've been out for a couple of Larry Anderson's birthdays. They're always a good time. And John goes, when we played together, every night was Larry Anderson's birthday.
Every night. That's how that 93 club worked it.
Yeah, man.
That's how them dogs worked it. All right, fam, follow us over to YouTube and the site. We'll continue the conversation there. And Chris, that's right, saying, yeah, guys, what do you say? Yeah, guys, but it's still been lazy in the series. Period. Got beat late in the game. Second shot. I don't know what he's saying. Then he's talking about his fucking sources. I don't know, Chris. Follow us over to YouTube. Can you read that?
Yeah, guys, but he's still been lazy in the series. Period. Got beat late in the game.
JoJo.
Second game, his defense hasn't been all that. I love my Philly teams. Yeah, I said that too, Chris. I'm with you.
JoJo.
I know. He's been great. I mean, he's playing. He's giving everything out there, but he has Horford's a pro. Like we said, He's been giving it to him a little bit.
I haven't seen laziness, but that's fine.
He hasn't been lazy. He's looked gassed a little bit on times, but he hasn't looked lazy to me at all. He was gay. Like when he went right around. You can say fifth foul all you want. When he went right around him on that pump video the other day, JoJo looked gassed.
Lazy guys don't beg to come back in the game. You know what I mean?
I didn't say anything about being lazy.
He said lazy.
That's fine.
I'm just responding
to
Chris. And I'm just saying I didn't see lazy if he's talking about JoJo. And Chrissy says half nuts. Talking about Yachty and Crockett.
Old half nut.
Old half nut. All right, heading over to YouTube and the site. Come join us over there. Agree, disagree. HUD Radio.
used to
Segment was
be.
brought to you by Gibson Mayer LLC, our certified public accountant. Make them yours. Find them on the web, gibsonmayer.com.
Hi, folks. Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes.
Listening to Bad Boys of Sports Talk Radio. Agree, disagree. Only on, you know what? A2DRadio.com.
You're listening to Agree to Disagree, only on A2DRadio.com.
You're listening to the bad boys of sports talk. Agree to disagree right here on A2DRadio.com.
listening to Bad Boys of Sports Talk Radio. Agree, disagree. Only on, you know what? A2DRadio.com.
Hi, folks. Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes.
We're back. Agree, disagree. A2D Radio, live from the BMW of Atlantic City Studios. BMW of Atlantic City, all back to 17 in the Parkway. Find them online, bmwofatlanticcity.com. I'm losing my voice. Every Sunday night, we're brought to you by our certified public account. Make them yours, Gibson Mayer LLC. Find them on the web, gibsonmayer.com. Tom Arnone, Nick Delgado, Brian Wilson, Robbie Pope on the ones and twos. We started our show off heavy Sixers. Our poll question was, does Ben Simmons' mental toughness concern you? Yes or absolutely not. He's still a puppy. You can still let us know. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. And ranting your questions, concerns, comments, whatever the hell else you got. All right?
The full gamut.
Getting a little Phil's talk.
And just to background it, I think me and Sweeps were kind of in between the yes and absolutely not. Tom was more towards the yes. We answered a couple other people that were yes, a couple people were no. A couple people say that we're just hating, which isn't the truth at all. We're realists here, okay? We're real talk, like we always say. Hashtag it. Real talk.
Yeah, I mean, we're not crushing it, kid.
Yeah.
Not crushing it, kid. When he talks about the mental part, why can't we ask a question the next day about mental?
Yeah, he's got to own it. That's all. He should own it and grow, and hopefully he grows. I mean, that's all.
So a little Phil's talk. I know you guys you wanted to touch on the game today, on what you saw, and I know you had a Facebook post not happy about it.
I mean, I haven't been happy at all, but I feel like okay, listen, Max Scherzer, arguably top 3 arm in the league. He came out and he was filthy and he was in strikeout mode and he was just gunning dudes down, right? And Arrieta did exactly what he had to do then. You have to match. And he did. And he matched. He only left 1 homer to Matt Adams, 75 pitches through 6. We take him out for a pinch hitter. Now, usually I'm against that, but we're trying to get it worked, and we got to run. So, okay, but still, he could have gone more. Then after that, we get through the 7th, right? Then the 8th, Luis Garcia comes in, gets 1 out, then walks a guy. Then we bring Tommy Hunter in, and he walks the first guy. So now it's back-to-back walks to face Harper. Like, what are we doing? Back-to-back walks, right? And then he pitches great against Harper, gets him out. Great. 2 inside, 2 great curveballs that he barely fouls off. Then outside at the knees, nothing he can do with it, even if he touches it. He just fouls it off.
Yeah, we were talking, me and Willie.
Great.
Two great cutters on the hands that even if he hits them, he's going to hit them foul.
Yeah.
And then 2 breaking balls he kind of spit on, or kind of dribbled a little bit, and then just absolute paint right on the 97,
96 right on the corner.
Yeah.
Boop. Like you ain't hitting that. And he was looking,
out.
and Harper was looking inside. He had no chance. Couldn't even reach it. He wouldn't have reached that shit with a hockey stick. And so then you're like, all right, that's great, right? But then he walks fucking
speed kills infield hit.
Check swing by Trey Turner. Right, and then fucking Rendon hits a 2-run single. So you're like, all right, we're still in the lead, right? Then he gets out of the inning. He gets another good pitch on Matt Adams, gets out of the inning, whatever. So then, fucking, they put in Neris. Neris, like he forgot how to pitch overnight. Awful walk to start the inning, right? Then he tries to pick the guy off.
Sidearm.
And he sidearms it like weird. Like everyone even was like, wow, that was kind of weird. Kruk was like, that was a really awkward throw right there. Almost threw that one in the stands. And we're like, yeah, thank God I didn't, right? 1 pitch later, does throw that one down the line. Now the kid goes all the way to third. Then another walk. Like, what are we doing? Just you can't throw strikes. I don't think he got anybody out.
No, he didn't get him.
No, nobody got it. He didn't get anybody out. He didn't record an out. It was gross, dude. Really ugly. And that's a game where you weather the storm of Max Scherzer throwing a great game against you, right? Strikes out 50. He's the first guy ever to strike out 15 in 6 innings, ever, which is crazy. But, like,
and you got a 4-1 lead with 6 outs.
And you get a 4-1 lead, you got to fucking win that game. Sorry, it's a big win. And in Washington, the team that's supposed to be the best in the fucking, like, I'm just so mad about that loss today.
Yeah,
to win the series.
And it was the right time.
To win the series.
And as much as, like I said, we always roast Gabe and we hold him, we put his feet in the fire when he belongs there. But you're down to like 7 outs. You got to hit for Arrieta there.
No, you do.
Like, it's top 7. There's 2 outs. You got to hit for him there.
I don't want to hit for him.
I know.
But you have to.
Yeah. Tie game, you don't. Right?
Yeah.
Down 1, you got to.
You have to, and because there's a runner on second, and it works. Nick Williams hits a little duck snort, and you see Scherzer fucking pacing, and all pissed the hell off.
Knuckle sandwich to tie the game,
because they took Scherzer out, and then Nick Williams, bloop, after he blew Alfaro out, why they took him out, but yeah. So I mean,
thank you.
Yeah, I mean it worked. It worked what we wanted to do, and we took the lead. Everything worked great, and the bullpen failed us again. And we really need. I think Tommy Hunter's going to be okay, but Hector Neris, if you've been watching Hector Neris pitch, I think all of us are a little nervous every time he's on the mound.
I was just gonna say,
dude is not solid at all.
Because even like we said, like there's got to be 2 or 3 saves.
Where it's been shaky as fuck.
Yeah, he's just gotten out of it.
I always thought he was a better setup guy. I thought that's what he was built to do. When he came here and he was successful, I thought he found the role being a setup man. Some guys don't have that mental to close it.
Yeah, you can't walk anybody out of the pen. You just can't. Understandably, yeah. Do we want a guy to giving up dingers either? No. All right, keep the ball down and locate, but you can't walk guys.
You got to fill zones up.
You can't even walk guys.
You got to fill zones up. Make guys beat you. Make guys square up 98 all day or 96.
And they made contact once in the inning, and the Phils lost the game. 2 runs, contact once in the inning for 2 runs. Game over.
That's how you. That's little kids.
Walked in a run, and then 5 infielders, and then the dude hit a laser to center. Yeah.
There was 5 infielders, by the way. Right. We put Kingery in the infield. We moved the other guys to left center and right center.
But the innings.
How they do that.
That's right. That's what it was. There it was, Wills. There wasn't a walk.
No, he
hit
him.
The thing. No. But remember now. Here we go again. See, now you're gonna get fired up. See, I had dad brain right there, and Wills forgot. The Wieters leads off the 9th with a ground ball to second, but we're shifted.
We're shifted. Yo, it's dead. And first
Crocker and T-Mac are like, well, I don't think they would have got it anyway.
No, wait. When it was first hit, they're like, well, it's probably a single anyway. Then they showed the replay, and they're like,
dead second.
You can see them look at each other like, fuck. He didn't say anything on the broadcast. But me and you, same time, we're like, that's definitely an out.
So you're shifting up 2? They were up 2 in the 9th?
No, up 1, 4-3.
They were up 9? Okay, they're
on
up
Wieters, who guy doesn't hit.
Yeah.
Why are we shifting Wieters?
Yeah, why?
Right? So
Wieters
Wieters singles, they put a pinch runner on, and that's when he throws the ball away.
Yeah.
Then he hits the next guy.
Then it's over.
Kendrick
Then it's over. Yep. And you know it's over.
I knew there was something we wanted to get fired up about.
Yeah, it was. There was a shift accident. Yes, I hate the fucking shift. I don't like Neris as a closer. I do like Hector Neris. I thought he's well
in the setup role. Well,
but I don't like him as a closer, and I hate the shift. Yeah. If you know anything about me, I hate the shift, and I fucking hate replaying baseball more than anything in the world. There's nothing I like less than replaying baseball. Nothing.
Human error.
Seriously,
it's human error. Man.
There's nothing I like less. I don't care who it is.
Yeah, you can't.
You can name the worst thing in the world.
You can't
I like
even
it
celebrate.
better than fucking the goddamn replaying baseball.
Yep.
Now every time there's a play and it's not even that close, they're like, hold on, let's look to see. Like now we just stop play every play. Hold on, we want to look at it. Let's call the phone. What the fuck? It was supposed to speed the game up.
Yeah.
Not slow down where every play they're like, hold on, let's see what the fuck is going on.
You have to like that's what I mean. Like you should have to raise your hand and challenge first. You don't get the look.
You don't get the
call up.
No look.
But like you said, it's so sickening because it takes the human error out, which I don't care if I'm on the right side or the wrong side. You can't even clap now if you get an infield hit or something or you're safe at the plate. You can't clap until you wait. You gotta wait. Me and Bianca were there the other day. I'm like, don't clap, B. Don't clap. Hold on. You know, the Cardinals scored a run. I said, hang on. Here it comes. Here it comes. Fucking Joe Madden. With the headset on. Fuck, and he was out.
See, don't clap.
Don't clap yet.
Don't you confetti early. Don't you confetti early.
Don't you
confetti early.
Real quick.
Man, I have no voice. Holy shit.
The reason why I'm upset with it is that it's taken out the whole manager umpire argument out of the game. Yeah. There was actually a play the other day where if the runner goes out of the baseline, you can't review that. And actually there was an argument for the first time in like 2 years, and I was fucking all geeked up for that shit. Yeah. I allow human error. I think you said it right there.
Exactly. And you know what? Sometimes, I know you can still get on umpires a little bit now, but it used to be part of the game that if your team wasn't playing well, maybe you wanted to fucking light a fire, you went out and you got yourself thrown out of the game. Okay? Just to fire some people to fuck up.
Absolutely. Like a fight in hockey. So you
Bobby
do it
Cox
to
used
spur
to be
up
the
the
best
team.
at that.
Absolutely.
Bobby Cox did that when in the 90s Braves, if they were having a bad game, Bobby Cox was getting thrown the fuck out by the third inning.
Still a leader. Still a leader in the clubhouse.
Dude,
I do that forever.
I do that at 9s. I look for things. When things aren't going well, you look for things. Oh, did you miss that? I'm going to have a talk with you. Just to fire some things up, get things going. It's a part of baseball that's good about it. Like not to argue and yell, but they get a little energy in them situations because it's either going to fire your team up or it's going to do the complete opposite. But you're right. Bobby Cox used to do it, and you know, I'm talking about little babies, but you know, at the major league level, we love that part of it. You know, because it can get guys juiced up in a game where you don't hear a lot of juice because you're not going to get that from you know what I mean, like inside the dugout. You don't get like the dugout juice like you're going to do, but it brings something. Like it brings the dynamic.
The first year they brought it, it was just for home runs, and I like that because there's only 4-man crew. That guy can't get out there. He's just not a world class sprinter. You know what I mean? So
sometimes it's tough to tell.
And if you're in the playoffs,
sometimes
playoffs they have 6 guys, but if you got a regular 4-man crew, there's nobody down the line. So I'm okay with fair and foul down the line, and I'm okay with homers. That's it. Let's not be crazy with it. Like it's terrible. It's just terrible.
It's absolutely terrible. The fact that literally every play now, the fact that we're talking about doing the strike zone, that's, oh my God. Yeah. I will stop watching. Baseball is my favorite sport. I will stop watching baseball if the guy calls a strike and they're like, hold on,
But it
it was actually inside, so it's not. If they try to pull some shit like that, I'll lose my fucking
But it's not
mind.
even like gambling. It should be like gambling. Like even in the NFL, they're looking at the big screen and they're waiting as far as they can and they're creeping. No. Next play, let's go. Either throw that flag and take a shot. What'd you see with your peepers? Right? Somebody upstairs said, "Hey, quick!" They want to look at that replay. And baseball it's even slower. There's a guy that goes. The bench guy gets on the phone and
it's
is
the
like,
slowest thing of all time.
"What's going on up
The
there?
Nats
What's going
did
up
it-
there?"
the
And they
Nats
allow
did
it. And the umpire's like, "Okay, what do you got, dude? I got to give you 2 more minutes, I guess." Is that
The
cool?
Nets did it 5 times, I think.
Is that cool?
5 times, and they actually
Exactly.
challenged once. No, they challenged twice. One where Waiters would save it first. That was on that play.
Yeah.
And then
Yes.
or
A double play ball. He hit a DP
double
ball.
play ball. Yeah.
Yep.
When Waiters
DP
would
down
save
the
it
ball.
first. They
Dribbled one
won.
back
They
to the
won
pitcher.
that
Yeah,
one.
they
They
won
won that one. But they lost the one where what's called threw the guy out stealing Alfaro, and he was out by a fucking mile. And they're checking. What are we checking?
We checking.
It's brutal. Yeah, it's terrible.
Brutal. And by the way, Alfaro got canned, dude.
Yes, he does.
Back-to-back runners stealing today.
Yeah, he does. He
See ya.
can hum. He can hum.
I like to see him not swing for the fence every time he's fucking up.
He's a catch and throw guy for sure.
But he can throw.
Mike Parker says Phil's talk. Phil's home
Spidey!
record is 11-5. Only the Bo Sox, Yanks, Cleveland, and Arizona have better home records in the league.
So only Arizona and NL. That's a better way to word that, Mike.
Yep.
We'll roll with
We're
it.
here, Mike.
We'll roll
We know
with
you're
that.
sipping.
We'll
We
roll
know
with
you,
that.
we know you got a few cocktails in you. It's been a long day on the course.
But I'll tell you what.
We're watching.
Scotch talk.
We're about
Yeah,
to.
Scotch.
We're heading home, so that's good.
Scotch.
We're heading home. Hopefully we win some games. And we got
Scotch.
we got the Pirates coming in, I think, right?
Yeah.
We got the Giants. coming in.
Giants.
Giants are hot.
Playing well.
Giants
Playing
are
well.
hot. So we got and I got $200 bet that the Giants aren't going to be better than the Dodgers. So let's step on these throats right now. We're throat stepping. Let's go.
It's amazing.
It's crazy.
Yeah, read it.
Gambling is amazing. I mean, that was a
And what's his
slam
name?
dunk.
Might need TJ, right? Cueto?
That I didn't see.
Cueto's going for a third
That's
opinion.
what Seager's getting. You
Oh,
never
Corey
see
Ardiaz, have him in 2 legs.
An
Yeah,
infielder,
great. Thanks. Awesome.
it's rare to see that.
Awesome.
Right?
But Cueto's got like a .1 ERA. He's been dealing.
he's been dealing.
But they said he's going for a third thing about his stiffness. That's not a good sign.
He should go see Tanaka's doctor. Pitch through it.
Read the other one, Wells. The one we were reading.
Where are we at?
When we were reading at the break.
Nats being favored in the East. They're still sitting below us in the division. Yes, that's true.
Oh, the Ursan one.
Oh, SJM 86 says, Ilya Silva, Bellinelli, Reddick on the floor at the same time as a Harlem Globetrotter equivalent of defense. If that line ain't hitting shot, it exposes their inept defense even worse. I mean, I kind of agree. Reddick and Bellinelli, yes. I think Illy plays some D, and he can board well. But if they're all on the court at the same time, we definitely do suffer defensively. That's for sure.
Illy mucks it up, but I hear you.
And if they're not hitting shots, that's way worse.
Yeah, what's the point?
Yeah. Then they shouldn't be out there, really.
What's TTP saying? Somebody made a death threat to Draymond Green?
Yeah, he said, did y'all see someone, some dumbass made a death threat to Draymond Green before the game? Sad so many people don't have lives.
Wow.
Yeah, why?
That's
Who's
ridiculous.
making death threats?
Get a clue.
I still think I would love
Big
to see
Easy?
Barkley punch him in the face, but
Yeah, nobody's
but who's
against
making
that.
did he retract?
He had to. Yeah,
Oh,
I'm sure TNT.
They made him retract? That's
Well,
so weak.
they didn't say that, but I'm sure that's where it came
But
from.
that's what Draymond is, though. Draymond, I think he takes pride in being that guy that makes you want to punch him in the face.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah,
He's an
he wants-
instigator.
Yeah, he wants you
to be that guy.
He's like, please,
Yeah.
take a swing.
Yep.
Get you fired from TNT.
Absolutely. He wants. Well, but he on the court. I'm saying though.
Yeah, no.
Barkley was talking about on the court.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like on the court, that's the guy he wants to be.
Yeah.
He wants you. He wants to get in your head so bad that you take a swing.
Yeah. No, for sure.
Great. Let's get I want to get to the questions here because we can spend a little time. I'm sure that'll be built conversation
Absolutely. Let's go.
throughout. So we'll fire the questions
time is
up. 10:06.
Really, we're just rolling, huh?
Yeah, we're just
So
cruising.
we did like 21 minutes so
That's
far.
why you have a hashtag aggressive talk. Time goes
Aggressive
by
talk.
quick.
Guys
We're
losing
rolling.
fucking voices here. Losing fucking voices.
Well,
Well, that's your own fault.
Grow up.
If you get coached better, you wouldn't have to scream.
God. I scream regardless. Well,
On the air. On the air.
I'm sorry.
we outscored teams
Hey,
27.
Tom went to the championship again today, guys.
Grow up. At the
Hasn't
end of the
won
day,
one yet,
We outscored
but he went
27-0 yesterday, and I was loud as can be. So it doesn't change. Up, down. Guy's the same guy. Thanks, Will.
You are who we thought you were.
I was built on energy and effort.
boy.
Wasn't talent, that's for sure.
Get the fuck out.
You set that one on the tee. Come on, you got to go with that one.
I don't think there's anything I don't say. That's not a tee for you.
If I set this up, you think it's fucking? I don't know. It has to be pretty high.
Everything I
you would,
say is a
Panama
tee.
Red.
Every goddamn thing I say is a tee to you. I mean, you managed to find anything to put on the tee.
I know, funny guy.
Nah, not that funny. I'm just saying you have a
fine.
response. That one was a good one. There's been good ones, but you know, I'm not here to crown you.
Kid's been known a few. There's been a few.
Mike Parker says new predictions for the Phillies for the division. We can do that real quick, Mike. I think they're playing great ball. I'm nervous about the bullpen. I still think we can add Norm, and I think Eichhoff should be back this week, right?
Yeah.
So we'll see how Jared throws, and I'm excited with how we look. We still haven't really hit though. I'd like us to hit a little more. How long is Odubel going to hit 350 for? I don't know, but he's tearing the cover off the ball.
325.
Your kid.
Yeah,
Your kid's swinging. Franco's been swinging a little bit, actually, up to like 280.
286.
Our young guys aren't right now. That's the guys
Yeah.
that we need to start swinging.
And you expect a little bit of that too, right?
Well, once it starts getting a little hotter, I think they will. So let's get it going.
We'll do it. Let's jump into these questions. The first Saturday in May is come and gone.
Yeah, buddy.
But which means one thing, guys, the Kentucky Derby. Now, people either won big on the trifecta of Justify, Good Magic, and Audible, or lost huge on my boy Jack to win. So my question to you, which leg of the Triple Crown is your favorite?
The Derby. I had a great day yesterday. Not so much betting wise. I had Audible and
You did.
who was the other one?
I had 5, 6,
Justify to win, Good Magic.
Good Magic's a 6.
I had Good Magic and Audible, both $2 win play show. I won some cash on that.
Nice.
But I didn't hit a trifecta, and I had 5, 6, 11, and I had 5, 7, 14. Oof. So yeah, killer. I would have liked it. 5, 6, 7 would have been a nice one, Brian. We're gonna pull that one out of your ass.
280.
Fuck. Yeah, that would have been nice.
Saying. 280. Try. Tremendous try.
Yeah.
Such a big field, even like
Huge field.
That's why it was such a zoo there at 11:30.
And it was pouring.
I get so aggravated. And, that it hadn't. It was in the forecast, but it hadn't poured yet.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the turf club. It was like 11:30, and it was a zoo. It was a zoo. Yeah, favorites in Blackwood. It was a zoo at 11:30 on my way home from practice, and you just get in and out because you're so frustrated. But you should never leave Baffert and Mike Smith out. That's on me. But I had the 5, 6, 11.
Were you there? Were you there at 11:30?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, 11:40. Yeah, I'm in and out.
I pulled up at like 11:35.
I took a voucher home with me because there was like the 5 lines were just.
Yeah. No, I went right to the deck, bought a beer, and I stood in line for the computer.
Yeah, I went inside. Yeah. Inside, the machines were wide open inside.
Well, on the deck, people don't realize there's machines. There's only 2 people in line. It's perfect.
I should have texted you. Damn it.
That's all right. I was probably there. I got there like 11:40. Yeah. I stayed there for like 12:25 because I seen Russ Lake and Slattery on the deck, so I had a beer with them.
Guy always knows somebody.
People know me.
Yes, sir.
I'm above a semi-public figure. We've gone over this.
I'd say the Derby too, Robbie. It's so prestigious. You know what I mean? Like obviously,
Derby.
The next 2, especially if you get the Preakness under your belt, then the Belmont becomes really exciting. But yeah, it's the run for the roses. It's the best 2 minutes in sports.
I wouldn't mind hitting the Preakness though. I hear it's a good time.
Yeah, the infield. I
hear it's a good time.
Yeah. Sure, they're all great time.
Yeah,
the Preakness,
it was 157K there. The Derby bathrooms were definitely an issue. I imagine.
No question.
How many hats?
A lot of porta pots.
157K.
A lot of porta pots around.
I do not like people. That's not a good spot for sweeps.
I'm with you. I'm with you on that.
We need our own spot.
Too close.
Too close. I don't like when I'm too crowded. I don't like when I'm too crowded. You're too close, man. Dylan.
Spit hot fire.
You want some of this hot fire?
Yeah, well, unfortunately, I bet my boy Jack, so we saw that worked out. 5th. Nice. All right, number 2. What's the more disheartening DL stint for a struggling team, DeGrom or Kershaw?
To me, it's got to be Kershaw, mainly because, they're both star pitchers, obviously, but the Mets still have Syndergaard throwing well. Matz has been okay. Dodgers have been struggling.
Yeah.
Even with Kershaw throwing, they've been struggling. So without him, you're like, wow, what's going to happen? And they lost Seager, and Turner still hasn't been back. They're just Puig's out on DL. They just got a lot of injuries right now.
Yeah,
Dodgers.
they're leaking
they're
oil.
Taking on water.
They're leaking
for sure.
oil big time. So for me, I love the point. They're both monstrous, but in a more winnable division, I would say DeGrom. You know what I mean? Just because, the Nats have scuffled so bad. Now, when these guys come back and the weather is changing, we'll see what happens. But the Nats aren't, a month and 2 weeks in, the Nats aren't, the bullies, that they were on paper. You know what I mean? So there's a division that's wide open. The Braves have played better. Maybe a year away from what people thought. And then they're coming back to earth a little bit. We'll see. So. But
Arizona's way up in that division.
Arizona's fantastic, and when you're talking about the injury history of the Mets, you're just like, here it is again. You just wait for it. I mean, as a fan, I can't imagine, but as people that hate the Mets, we're like, it's going to come, so don't worry, it's coming.
Set your watch.
Just like you were saying that you were giving Nola a nod over those guys because you're just like, they're never on the field.
So
part
that's
of it.
Just
waiting for it to come. But.
Yeah, not that he's like the definition of health by any stretch, but. Doesn't have that track record yet.
Right. So that's a dagger for them, And they're not swinging. That lineup's back to the 1990s, early 1990s lineup or late 1990s lineup that we thought they might be in the beginning of the year. But in April they raked. But when you look at it, they're long
all
in the
slumping
tooth.
it
They're
together
long
now.
in the tooth, man.
And that'll happen too.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
The thing of it is you're already seeing a trend again. Initially, after you got the MRI, we'll throw a bullpen. He should be good to go Monday. Now, all of a sudden, no, we're going to throw him on the DL. Probably only miss that start. We can bring him back for Sunday against the Phils, right? Watch. It'll turn to a longer thing. This is the Mets training staff we're talking about here.
You know.
Yeah,
like we know the Sixers. We know how that works. We can smell a rat. You know what I mean? Like we'll smell it. No, okay, you can tell us that. All right, whatever you need to tell us. He'll be out forever.
What did T.O. say in the Playboy back in the day? If it looks like a rat and smells like a rat.
You tell yourself what it is then. Ask yourself.
The opposite of the Spurs medical staff. They get you on the court.
Yep. They're like, hey, you're good.
Like,
and then you got to go run and find somebody. Like, you're going to run and find a doctor. You can slip a fucking briefcase of money and be like, hey, tell him I'm not good, doc. Okay, tell him I'm not good. I mean, what's fucking wrong with that guy? I'm telling you, the fucking claw, fucking weirdo.
I agree. Breaking news: Vegas Golden Knights are on to the conference finals after beating San Jose tonight.
I don't give a fuck that much about hockey, but that's awesome.
That's crazy.
For an expansion team, they're so good. But guess what? You knew it was coming because they got themselves a goalie. Like, I'm not saying this good, but you knew they were going to be tough because they went and got themselves a goalie. Well, something the Flyers can't do, but the expansion team was fucking able to. Yeah. Fucking unbelievable.
Well, it's crazy. It's like
now, how did that work?
We jump into that?
Marc-Andre Fleury.
Yeah.
You two guys are the hockey guys.
No,
did they put people up? How did it work? They
so
put
teams
people
offer.
Up?
Teams can put people
There's
into the draft.
three guys that they couldn't protect or some shit. You could say, right? Like they took Belmar from us, right?
Yep.
That's what they took from us, and so they didn't protect Marc-Andre Fleury, and they took them. Obviously, smart move because he's played great. And you figure like
each team put
chip
three guys on the block.
A little chip on the shoulder. They can only
reverse.
take one from each team, though, right?
What you do is you could protect 7 eligible players. Now, guys that have a certain veteran status won't be eligible for it. So it's like you can't go pick off Giroux. If you don't protect
unless
them.
they leave.
Yeah. But after that epsilon, there's 7 guys that you have to protect, and then after that.
So maybe each team had like 12 or 13 guys that fit that mold, and they had to make decisions on.
Yeah, they can. I think they took one guy from each team, right?
Yep.
They can take one
guy.
Absolutely.
So you just cross your fingers and hope, like, okay, maybe they won't take him because of a cap situation, or you just sort of go. And I think Pittsburgh took a chance. One, you'll take the cap off her hands.
Decided that they like Matt Murray better. Is what they decided.
Well,
Matt Murray,
you know what? I don't know.
Pittsburgh's still alive too right now. Granted, they're down 3-2, but Matt Murray is a pretty damn good goalie. But Marc-Andre Fleury's a guy that's won a cup before, and he looks pretty good this year.
Well,
maybe
I don't
tip
know.
on his shoulder, like,
I don't know if they thought he was
going
to take him either.
Yeah.
They might not thought he was going to take him.
I'll go to Vegas.
Yeah. Maybe they didn't
send me to
Vegas.
Vegas.
I've drank from that cup and it tastes good.
Guess what? Guess what? Pittsburgh over Vegas. Schittsburg over Vegas. Pretty quick decision for me. Send me to Vegas.
Send me.
I'd rather go to Vegas. I don't want to go to Schittsburg.
And a tough place to play,
What
too.
am I going to eat Permane Brothers every day? What the
It seems
fuck?
like a really tough place to play as well. Loud environment there in
Vegas.
Vegas.
They're pumped up.
From a couple games I watched there. But the funny thing is, I don't think Pittsburgh even probably thought that they were even going to take him, because most expansion teams want to just fucking tank it. Let me get the one pick.
Right.
It doesn't matter. We're supposed to stink anyway, right? So let me just get the one and get the best fucking kid out there, and then that'll be my generational guy to change the culture. And I think they probably said they're not going to touch him. He's got too much money on the books, all this shit. He's not going to touch him.
Right.
We'll leave him. We'll take our chances, fingers crossed. Not that they weren't okay with Matt Murray, but just like, okay, if they take him, they take him. But we don't think they are. Boom. How are you? And then they did that on a couple fucking teams where they took some guys who were like, oh, shit. And it's like, oh, they're not trying to tank. They're not your usual expansion team. They're trying to fucking win hockey games. Right. And then they got a great environment to play in.
The one kid is a star.
You know?
Yeah.
And it sort of started whenever
Oh,
the shooting happened,
Carlson.
too.
Yeah.
The shooting happened, and right around the same time as hockey season.
The opening night was 3 days later.
Yeah, and it
something
rallied
like that.
around. Like, it feels like
Yeah.
all Vegas rallied around that team.
Yeah, Vegas
and that
strong,
place was
they had
fucking
Vegas
packed.
strong going.
That place was packed day one, and they played good hockey day one.
They did.
Yeah.
And guess
Well,
what?
that's
When
just-
you-
that's-
if you want your build, they're gonna come in
That's
a
what-
place like that.
That's what I was just gonna say. Not being a,
He will come.
just from an outsider standpoint, like I feel like that's the one sport where like it stays true. Like the regular season, like you play so well and it just roll into you. Now you can get a hot goaltender. Correct me if I'm wrong. In the
Yeah,
playoffs,
yeah.
and you can make there's
Most
some
of the time.
upsets. It doesn't have to
100%
stay missionary. It doesn't have to stay.
Most
in,
of your
in
dogs are
alphabetical order.
outstanding.
But
Most of your
those,
dogs,
yeah,
yup.
yeah, those guys
Yup.
that were there in the regular season stayed. It's true. It holds up. Stays for 'em.
He's
It
in that
doesn't have
shit.
to stay missionary.
Yeah, he's in that shit.
Every once in a while, you turn her around.
Stuff around the pillows.
There's an upset. Every once in a while, there's an upset.
Yeah, check your
Once
fucking.
in a
She
while-
says yes.
Once in a while, there's an upset.
Every once in a while, she says yes to something different.
Once in a while, there's an upset. That's a great wording. We got to get down on the shirt.
Yeah, go ahead. See if it fits.
Oh, that's great.
That's great. Sorry.
I was trying not to. I cracked. I couldn't help it. I tried not to.
I had no points. You're
He
more
was
than
just
welcome to chime
spinning
in.
and then just
Yeah,
threw
yeah.
a little salt in there, and
Yeah.
nobody knows.
Spiced
He
it up.
little-
He smacked the meat and then spiced it up.
Yeah.
You know, you've seen that smack the meat there, Jeff.
I can't even tie a pair of skates, so I didn't even want to go down that road with you guys. I was kind of walking like on ice, I guess.
I'm not sure I've ever skated where I didn't hold on to the wall. I'm not sure.
Oh yeah.
I'm not
I'm like
sure
this with you guys. I'm like this.
I'm like, hey, slow down! That's great.
Oh, shit.
All right, Rob, go ahead.
All right, let's move on to number 3. Out of this year's QB class, who would you draft in fantasy football, and who will have the best overall career?
Wow, tremendous question.
Great question. That's a,
Now,
that's
whoa, say
the
that
best
again.
question of the year so
Tommy
far.
doesn't have
Thank
to
you.
answer. Yeah, that's a great question.
What was it? Hit me again.
You know who Tom's answer
Yeah,
is.
you don't have to answer.
Out of this year's QB class, who would you draft in fantasy football, and who will have the best
Shit,
career
that-
overall?
That's easy, so I'll just lead her off. That's Baker all day and twice on Sunday, as they like to say in the NFL. It's not even close to me. They didn't miss on this. I know we love to talk about Cleveland and a bad organization. That's what they've been forever. I get that, okay? John Dorsey's not a fucking idiot. The Browns that were in before him were idiots. They were all about acquiring assets. They didn't give a shit. It was all about numbers and nothing else mattered. This is a guy who went against numbers and went on what's up here and some toughness and what he thought in this quarterback class where there wasn't that clear-cut best guy. This is who they target as the best guy. Now, when I hear Bill now talking about getting up to 2 to try to get him if he was there, that ends it for me. Because now I got Bill thinking – Bill's pretty good with QBs. So I got Bill thinking Baker's the best in this draft, that he's willing to go up as the next heir apparent to Brady. You don't got to be 6'4" to throw in this league. And I'm not saying he's breeds, but you do not have to be. Now, does he have the biggest arm? No, he doesn't have the biggest arm, but this, I don't know if Mox is going to translate to this league, okay? I don't think anybody does. But I would hope that from what we know of this guy, he's a goddamn worker. And we know how that works at the next level with guys around you when you're the leader. Right? If you got a guy always working, always trying to get better, you're going to deal with some tough things at the beginning if that happens. Because you got a guy who's working his tail off. And the guys are going to understand that around you. Now, that can't last forever. Right. That leash gets short. But I think the guy's a fucking worker. I think he's going to get better. Now, he's not going to get taller, but I don't think that matters. I think that's overhyped. Can a guy throw the football? Can a guy move in the pocket? All things that translate in this league. Both things he can do. He's accurate with the football as fuck, okay, and he can move in the pocket. Now, okay, can he take a big hit? I don't know. He played against fucking Georgia. Now, the only concern is he got a big hit, I believe, in the start of the second half of Georgia, and he didn't play as well.
Yeah,
but are we going to –
He got his biggest –
his team didn't play as well either, so I don't know.
Biggest fear I feel like you got to have with Baker is he's not very big, and does he get hurt?
Does he get hurt? Yep.
But
does Rosen? Does
I would say
Darnold's the only guy who's big. You're like, okay, that's a moose.
I got two different. I have two different answers here.
Josh Allen too. I think
he'll probably get banged up too. I think Rosen got hurt walking to put the Cardinals jersey on.
I got two answers
Freaking
for you.
soft as baby shit.
In terms of fantasy this year,
yeah, that's what I'm
would
speaking.
be Baker Mayfield for me because I feel like the Browns have added some nice pieces. Now you got Josh Gordon and you got the possession receiver and Jarvis Landry. I mean,
they got players.
They got
They got some
Njoku,
players.
tight end. I mean, there's some
They
guys.
got to talk to Mikey
And
Quinkoff.
and I
Quinkoff
love-
talks about
I
their
love-
defense
I love
because
their
he saw
running
them
back.
twice a year playing the Steelers. Quinky talks about their defense as being tough. They're saying they're always kept in
Wait,
games.
who's
so, I don't know.
who did they get running back? San Fran, Carlos Hyde.
Carlos
right?
Hyde, yeah.
I love Carlos Hyde. I think Carlos Hyde is a bruising runner.
That's what
Great
I'm
guy
saying.
for a young quarterback.
This is what I'm trying to say. John Dorsey's not a fucking dope. He went out and got pros, like, quickly. He went out and put, like, okay, we got Josh Gordon. Let's go get another wideout and Jarvis Landry. Okay, we need a running back. Let's go fill that spot.
Well,
okay.
When is he going to play?
Who? Oh, I don't know. It might
that's
take
what
him
I'm
6
saying.
games to play. I don't know.
Yeah.
But to me, when you're number one, you know how I say it.
To me, he plays from the get-go. We know.
You know, I say with it at day one.
Anyone can say what they want to say, but that car part, not very good, and everybody knows it.
Yep. Ask
Okay.
Buffalo fans.
Yeah.
Dominic Arnone, who's not related to me.
I just call him the car part.
Right?
Tyrod.
Dominic
Tyrod.
Arnone.
No, the car part.
Dominic Arnone is not related to me. He's a Buffalo Bills fan. It's all he talks about on social media.
He's
like,
checked
you guys
down.
fall in love with. You guys look at his numbers after the game. I watch the game. He fucking stinks. Like he's Captain Checkdown.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
He has good completion percentage because he throws every ball right here. They throw nothing downfield. He's not a terrible quarterback. I think he's a very, very good backup. I just think if I'm Cleveland, Baker starts.
Yeah, I agree.
Baker starts, but I think Baker.
But he won't.
Baker
He
for
should.
Baker for fantasy purposes this year. I think Baker's the best fantasy player. For career best player is Sam Darnold to me, and I don't think it's going to be that close.
There's a reason they passed on
I
him.
like Sam Darnold a lot. It's because
I don't know.
of the Browns.
There's something.
And they do nothing
Nah,
right.
There's
Yeah,
something.
no, I
about
mean-
it. There's something there.
It's because they're the Browns.
There's
They do
something
nothing
there.
Fumbleitis.
Listen, when
He's
you're
got
that big,
fumbleitis.
you're that big, and you're that strong, and a team, and you're not the clear-cut one of this. Just listen to me. When you're that big, you're that strong, you play for that prestigious of the program. Okay.
He's a turnover machine, and in the NFL, it only gets faster.
No, I
So,
know.
mean,
That's my point. So, like, when you're that big, you're that strong, you threw great, in your pro day, right? And you play at a prestigious school like USC, right? And you're not the clear-cut one. How good are you, man? Like, I know you're like, you love him, Wilson. I'm not saying you're going to be wrong because you might be right.
Who, Darnold? I
Yeah,
just
but
think
I'm
he's
just saying,
really-
how
I just
good
think he's
are
really
you
good. I think he's really
when you
good.
have all
I
the
get it.
tools to be all the tools for everybody to say you're the consensus best QB in this draft, but you're not, and you weren't. Like, you weren't
Well,
consensus.
it's only because
I think they're
he
most
kind of
ready.
went down this year. That's probably why. Because I feel like the year before when he had better talent around him, he played a lot. His numbers were better. And
Yeah, I
I
think-
think that might be why. But
That's fair.
I just think he didn't play with as many good guys this year, Darnold, and the line wasn't as good. He got
all
kind of
fair.
beat up. But
All
he made
fair,
great
man.
throws. You go
Yeah.
back to some games this year, he made great throws. And I was
talked about it.
skeptical of the guy up till a month and a half ago. And then I saw him on the pro day in the rain
was nice.
sling it.
It was nice.
And I know it's short,
No,
but
he
he's
it was
slung
nice.
it.
It was nice.
The one thing he anticipates throws. You know.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna go
really
the,
well.
I'll go the opposite of that. I think the guy that's most pro ready, a situation and individually, could be Josh Rosen. In my eyes. I mean, I know he's always hurt, and he's got that laissez-faire attitude where he doesn't know if he wants to play or not. But he seems like he might have got a little chip. I mean, I always tell my guys, don't talk about it, be about it, right? So his little draft day rant about, 9 other teams missing and stuff like that. I don't know if that's fake. I don't know if it's a fraud. I don't know, all right? But if he's got that little chip on his shoulder and he stays healthy,
do like the
he's
chip.
in a good situation, all right, to play right now. So to answer your question,
He is in a good situation to play right now just because but I think the Arizona team isn't very good, though.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's
Like,
a guy
I
in
don't think
Buffalo
he
who's
has
in a
that
good
much-
situation
Obviously,
too.
he's got Larry that he can lean on.
Playoff
Yeah.
team.
You would hope.
That's all I'm
I
saying.
think.
Yeah.
I'll
And
tell you
David
what.
Johnson will
Allen.
come back. And David Johnson's great out of the backfield. There's a guy
I'll
to
tell you-
have, you know what I mean?
I'll tell you, sleeper.
Catch
yeah,
100 balls
well,
out of the
if
backfield.
he
If he's
comes-
healthy.
if
Yeah,
he's
yeah, I
healthy.
know.
But I tell you what, if you want to pick a sleeper this year that you can get late, you've been able to get late for multiple years now. Larry Fitz, you would hope if Rosen plays, is just a security blanket, and he's just going to fire him all day. Because I would. Why wouldn't
Yeah.
you?
Allen.
Right.
Allen's a guy who's is definitely going to start day one to me, and he's on a playoff team.
See, I don't know
essentially.
about that.
I'm not saying he will, but
I actually
no, I know. I'm not. But
I
they have
like the kid
talent,
from-
like
they
you know.
made it.
I like
They got a running back. They got. You want to talk about checking down to a running back?
That's who fell to me in my draft. Like everybody else got. So I was looking at Darnold. I was looking at Baker because of how high you're on him or whatever. I'm looking at those two guys. I'm like, all right, well, I'll settle for this guy, Josh Allen. At least he's got a big body for the weather up there. But you're saying he starts from day one.
Well, if he does, I'm saying he's going to have success because of LaShawn.
Right.
You know, if Tyrod Taylor can check down all day, you know what I mean? And it's a good defense up there. They're
Everybody-
tough. McDermott seems to be a good coach, so he seems to be in a good environment. I don't like the guys that much, you know what I mean? But, for a guy to start day one and the same thing you're saying about Rosen, right, boys, with like David Johnson, he's got a similar safety blanket there, not on the wideout court. Kelvin Benjamin, we don't know who he is. But in terms of LaShawn McCoy, we know who the fuck he is.
Oh yeah, I agree.
And he's gonna catch a lot of balls, and that's gonna help calm him down. I think. You would think. I don't know. You know.
Another guy tried to jump out of a window. So I mean, he's
he's hitting wet.
There's,
shit.
There's some issues up there.
Bill's
You know
Mafia.
who it is.
Fits
Jones.
right in.
Jones.
He thought he was. Yeah, Zay Jones tried to
Zay
jump out
Jones,
a window. His brother. Zay
Yeah,
Jones.
well, that's.
wet.
I mean, yeah, that's.
He's dripping that. He's
You gotta watch yourself
dripping
over
wet. Dripping some whizzle.
Wet.
What up?
Wet.
You
Wet.
wet?
But that was a
You
great
wet?
question, Robbie.
You wet?
Real good question.
You
Wet.
wet? You wet? You
Wet.
wet?
Let these
You
guys
wet?
go. Let them
And
go.
we're still gonna ask her because
Wet.
she's never gonna get wet, so we're just gonna keep it. You wet? We gotta keep asking.
By the way, David Rosca says Vegas eliminated San Jose, and Vegas will eliminate Winnipeg in the Western Conference Finals. You might not want to tell. You might not want to tell our boy up north that. I'm surprised he hasn't chimed in.
Molson, where are you?
Attack.
James!
Rockets,
James, we need you!
Rockets take a 3-1 lead. They win by 13.
DTP was saying that Mitchell finished with 29-9 and Jazz lost. And Mike Parker, I like Baker and the Browns. New situation. Landry and Gordon, let's see what they got. And then you had Hyde, and you had a defense that had the first overall pick on the end, and some young talent over there, and you had Denzel Ward. I would have taken Minka there. Like I said the other day, Miami Dolphins.
You don't take Minka there. You take Chubb.
No,
Yeah,
Chubb.
did they not take Chubb?
Chubb. I'm sorry.
That's what makes me think Baker
I forgot
might
Chubb
be a
was on the
mistake.
board.
That's why I think Baker might be a mistake because they didn't even take Bradley Chubb. Yeah. What are you doing?
Well, you can't miss on. You might not miss on both.
There was two guys. There was two guys that were supposed to be unbustable, if that's a word, right? It's the lineman from Notre Dame, and Chubby.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just
Look through the
two
draft.
guys that are supposed to be
Yeah.
around
And
for
you
12
just took
years.
a DN.
Really
You
productive
just took
12
a
years.
DN
Yeah,
last
12, 13
year,
years,
and you figure you put the other guy next to him. Now you got two DNs for fucking, you know.
The biggest
Let's
problem.
go.
I said that all season. I was saying Chubb and Garrett.
People are not understand. You guys understand, but other people don't understand. Those toys are great. They're still their biggest problem is their head coach stinks. You know, great coordinator. He's just not. He's not going to get it done. I mean, I understand they're bringing some pieces in now, so you're like, hey, let's see what happens. Just like Brett Brown's getting all these passes.
Not
But
a Hugh
there's
guy,
certain
huh?
guys. No, there's just certain guys that just can't get it done.
guy.
There's certain guys that just can't get it done at the top. They're better coordinators. You know what I mean?
No, yeah,
That's true. There's a lot of guys that are better coordinators.
North Turner's a great example of that. He was a great coordinator, horrible head coach.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but if
Wade
the
Phillips.
kid can play, it changes it all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If Baker can play, it can change it all. So that's
You
gonna.
would know, Wade
they,
Phillips.
you know, they were
That's
gonna
what-
hang their hat that he can fucking play. But no, you're right. I would have went Chubb and Garrett, and then I got bookends, and there's a recipe for success in this league about it's show go get the quarterback. You're gonna win football games. You're gonna be all right, right? There's a recipe there. But the other side of it is that everybody drafted for need when you look through the first round. You know, Bill Belichick prides himself on not drafting for need. He fucking drafted for need. You lost the guard, you drafted the guard. You know, I like their picks. But I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
You lost the guard, you drafted the guard. You lost the running back, you drafted the running back. You know, look through it. I mean, really, look through the draft.
I like
the
Sonny
Denver
Michel,
Broncos. The Denver Broncos said, "Oh, we're not going to go
I
need.
like Sonny
You're going to
Michel.
let him fall into
Both
our
those
lap."
guys were
I
fun
like
to
that
watch, man.
TV. I would have bought
Yes,
that
they
TV
did.
too. I like Sony.
No, I do too. I do too. But you understand what I'm saying, though. I like both picks, but they're again needs.
100%.
If you look through the
100%.
draft, all these teams say we don't go for need. But if you look through it, 90% in the first round went for need. The Denver Broncos are sitting there and saying, "Oh, you're gonna let Chubb fall in the lap? Oh, best player on the board, done." Then we don't.
Oh.
How quick can we get
yeah.
the card up?
Well, that's right. They see.
You know what I mean? Always like,
You know what happened?
Bookend with
It's
Von
'cause-
Miller. I mean,
It's because this is exactly what happened.
Somebody's like, "Remember we won like this with no quarterback before?
It's
Let's go." You know what I mean? Let's go. I mean, it's
This
so
is-
fucking.
But
It's
this
ridiculous.
is what happened. And what happened was they're like, all right, Cleveland's going to take Chubb. They're going to trade back. And then Cleveland didn't take Chubb. They said, yeah, we're not trading. Chubb, get in.
They couldn't run up there. And
They said they were going to trade. They were supposed to be who moved up right behind them? Arizona?
Well, they need a quarterback.
Right? Somebody.
Arizona went to 10.
10. Well, either it was.
Buffalo went to 7 to get Allen.
They said Buffalo was going to move up to Denver to 5, and then Denver said, "Oh, they didn't fucking take
good.
Chubb. Never mind, we're not trading.
Yeah, deal's
We're
off.
going to take Chubb."
I'm glad we sat that one through. That's what we waited. They really
We're going to roll with Trevor Siemian. Oh, well.
until we got Goodell.
Well,
to
they
announce it.
got Brock, right? Or
No.
no, Brock. They got who was
Brock's
the
in
Vikings
Paxton.
quarterback?
Brock's in Miami.
No.
Didn't he go?
Oh,
to
is he?
Denver?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Brock's in Miami.
No,
Yeah.
Minnesota.
Keenum?
Viking Keenan.
Oh,
Case
okay.
Keenum. Keenum went to Denver.
Oh yeah. They're gonna be good. They're gonna be good. They are. Because they got bookends. He can go get you.
When's
Paxton
Paxton Lynch going to play ever?
No, he stinks.
He was a first-round pick, wasn't he?
Could have told you that fucking 3 years ago.
I think I did tell you that 3 years ago.
6'8", stinks. Too tall. Like there's no too big. Stop. I seen too big. You're actually too big. Like look at Brock. Like too fucking big. You stink because you're not mobile enough in this league. You're not mobile enough.
He said, could have told you that 6'8", you stink.
6'8".
Too big.
Play
Too
basketball.
big.
I don't know what that was fucking telling you. You should play basketball. You're 6'8". Right?
Or tackle.
Something.
Eat some steaks. Play tackle.
You know what I thought was
Get
interesting
your
that I
hands
heard
on
during the
somebody.
draft? This is one of the most interesting things before the next question.
Sure.
And
Do it.
it's really cool, and I didn't know this. And Patriots don't draft linemen over 6'2", offensive linemen. They don't. Passing lanes.
Yes.
And when I thought
Yeah.
about it, I said, "What the fuck? Why not?" I thought you want big moose. We were talking about it, and we're like, "Man, we want our bookends 6'8", 350. Boy, I got the fucking sun."
Absolutely.
But now their thought process, which I didn't look at all, I just assumed is
Brady's
passing lanes.
6'5", so I don't know.
It's passing lanes because he can see still over. Because if it's 6'5" in front, you still have it. They look at it as like now he can see down through. And every pass they make, if you think about their offense, it's quick out the hand, quick out the hand, quick out the hand. So they're thinking that the passing lanes open up a little bit more that way.
Well,
That's-
and the heir apparent was a little tiny guy.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
he was forced to trade him.
so it was interesting, right? Like to hear that. Like,
He's such a little
That's
guy.
very
He's
You hear him
such
say
a
that?
little guy.
because like you always
Small
want
hands.
you always want the big mooses. You know what I mean? And,
Yeah.
And like like Brady's a big dude, so you would think like, oh no. But if you really think about it now, you can see over even more.
I like that Garoppolo, though.
Think about it,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So now like that angle,
Jimmy the Greek, big fan.
that angle's like this.
I've been a big fan for a
Right,
while.
so now you're seeing down over your line, and now them quick intermediate passes what they pick teams to fuck apart
Right.
on, right? They're open all day because you got better angles.
When you throw down with a better
they
angle,
probably move
much
it.
more accuracy, especially
he
on
moves
those
in the
quick
pocket
slants.
like a fucking
I'm
pimp
sure.
too,
I mean,
but
and they obviously move better probably too. So I mean, you get a guy that's
Agile.
6'2", 6'3",
Yeah,
that's,
yeah,
you know,
true.
that's
330,
315.
yeah,
with, you know, they could
320, yeah.
they could strangle you
Yeah.
from across the room. You know what I
Yeah.
mean, you'll take that all day. I
It's-
mean, you don't
yeah, I
need
didn't know
a
that.
giant guy like Solder or anything like that.
Trying to get it from across the room.
it's true. All right, next one. I just thought that was crazy. I didn't know that.
Tom was never a Garoppolo guy, by the way. I just want to throw that dig in. 'Cause I'm
Good
pretty
dig.
sure when
Dig away.
pretty sure when Brady was
He
on,
goes,
was on
Now the guy's a
when-
fucking world
when
champion.
Brady was on 4-game suspension, I said, "Oh, they go at least 3-1 with Garoppolo." No chance. No chance. What's him over here? No chance.
Well, I got respect for Tom,
I
but
understand that, but they could have played me at quarterback with Belichick. They're going 3-1.
I've seen you throw the football. Stop. Okay, please.
I've seen you throw for the football. Don't you even open your
At
mouth.
least my ball doesn't go like this all day, every
I'll-
day. Okay.
I'll
at
get
least,
it.
At least,
I'll
at
still
least
get
I got
there.
a little spiral.
Mine
on
will
it.
still get there.
Okay, I'm not crowning myself, but always I can throw a fucking spiral. Yours will get there. We seen you throw out there. It was ugly. Then somebody said, "Oh, maybe Wilson can quarterback." He threw one ball, and we're like, "Stop!" The Ducks are out. And shit.
I do throw a bit of a
You know,
duck, but I
let's
get
go to
there.
Audubon
though.
Lake with the Ducks. All right, big dog.
It's a
you
bit
know
of a
what I mean?
duck. It gets there though.
Now, that's debatable.
Ah, he
You
threw
look
8 picks this
you're,
year.
you're Peyton without to get there. You know what I mean? You're Peyton's ball without to
I-
get there.
I don't know about
That's
that.
who you are.
I don't know about
You're
that at
Peyton's
all.
duck without to get there.
Don't you start.
You're like Brock Osweiler's cousin.
This
You
guy.
know what I mean?
This guy, you like Brock Osweiler's retarded brother. You're going to call me his cousin.
Well, then we're related, so we both stink.
I'm sorry.
Hey,
If any-
brother.
Sorry if any retards are out there and don't like that word. I
Hey,
apologize.
brother.
He brought it out of me.
Yeah.
All right, boys, let's bring it back to basketball, the topic at hand of the show today. Overall, who is your MVP of the NBA playoffs so far?
Oh, LBJ.
LeBron.
LBJ.
He just, I mean, it's just crazy. What he's doing right now is just crazy. It really is. Absolutely insane. He's just, I mean, they said in the Indiana series, Colin Cowherd had said this, and I don't want to, jump on the same point he made, but I mean, it's incredible. He led the team in 9 categories for the series.
That's amazing.
Points, rebounds, assists, blocks, steals, field goal percentage, 3-pointers made and free throws made, and field goal, and another one, free throw percentage. There you go. 9 categories. That's the whole. He
9?
He
Wow.
basically won the whole series. He beat a team.
Best
'Cause
player in the
everyone
world.
else on the fucking team didn't
it's
even
not
play
close.
well.
He's doing all that while wearing a back brace. I mean, he's just carrying his back's got to be killing him.
Best player in the
Just
world,
carrying
and
those
it's
guys.
not even
Oh.
close.
No, it's not close.
No.
And
Not close.
It's him. It's Durant, and then there's a gap too. After that, it's not close.
Nope,
I
not
think
even
it's probably Harden.
Yeah.
And I don't want to hear anything about Russell Westbrook
Nope.
because I think he fucking stinks. I don't
We
care what anyone
see
says.
your true
Hell of a player. He
colors.
stinks. He's terrible in the last 3 minutes of a game, and it's why no one else wants to play with him. It's why Paul George is already sitting in L.A. When can I sign?
He's like telling Magic to inject the HIV he's in.
So I guess
Can I get fake AIDS too?
the second best guy, I guess.
Fades.
How about we do that? The second best guy.
Second
Probably
best guy.
Anthony Davis. I mean, they're not going to move on.
Or
But I mean, still,
Rozier.
second round. I mean,
Could
they
be-
decimated decimated the Trailblazers. You know what I mean?
Oh,
They were
yeah.
just running into, and obviously Curry came back, so they're not expected to beat the Warriors, but they grabbed one. I mean,
Yeah, they got smoked
they
today,
got
though.
they got smoked today. They grabbed their token game, but Anthony Davis is fantastic.
Rozier too.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, Rozier's another guy.
Or Tatum. I mean,
Yeah, I think Rozier accounted for the second most of his team's points outside of LeBron James.
Right.
So I thought that was interesting because I think he's the catalyst that gets him going scoring wise too, which is crazy.
Especially after Bledsoe tried to shit on him with who is it again?
That's the guy who took that
Like,
personal
really,
and
Eric?
yeah.
Who are you?
He
Really,
wasn't
Eric?
saying I'm going to make the first 9 guys pay. He made the first 9 pay. He
It
was like, okay.
it wasn't like it was one game. It was like
He
they were
said,
like
4
6
times.
games in, and they were like trying to be funny. Like, what are you doing, dude? I'm killing you.
Now I'm
the
going to
whole
drop
series.
35.
Oh.
Absolutely killing you the whole series.
Yeah, that was. I don't understand that. It was Bradley Beal, right?
No, it was Bledsoe.
Oh, yeah. Well,
he
yeah,
was
Eric
killing.
Bledsoe. Oh, what are you even talking about, Eric Bledsoe? You got torched that whole series.
Yeah.
Eric Bledsoe doesn't know what he's talking
That's what the
about.
question was.
Yeah.
Like, hey, this guy's thoroughly outplaying you. And he's like, who?
Well, I'm just glad you guys had some more names besides LeBron James because I thought it was going to go from the best question of the year to the worst question of the year.
I know you're fine. I thought you wanted us to talk about LeBron.
I did because we're going into agree or disagree as the last question about LeBron. So it was a nice segue there. All right, so agree or disagree with this statement. LeBron's game winner in Game 3 versus the Raptors was better than Jordan's game winner in Game 6 of the 1998 Finals. Agree or disagree?
What, against the Jazz?
Yeah.
One wins a title, so I mean,
Yeah, that's why I probably would say it's not.
Now,
I think it's a tougher shot.
difficulty is
Yeah.
LeBron, and LeBron didn't push off either, so it's LeBron. Jordan
well,
won't.
that's when rules were rules,
Yeah.
buddy. I mean,
And
I'm
guess
mad
what?
at him.
And guess
I'm
what?
mad at him. I'm not mad
get
at
up
him.
in him,
I'm
Brian.
not mad at him.
Brian, get up in him.
But that's what I'm
Brian.
asking. The shot.
Get up in here,
Yeah,
Brian.
Brian.
What was the
How
better
are you?
shot? What was the better shot?
I
That's
think
what I'm
LeBron's
asking.
is a tougher shot.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, LeBron's is ridiculous, but Jordan's. I mean, it's a tougher shot because of the moment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
102
Finals
feet,
on the
I think
line.
it was-
Yeah.
that was
Also,
the game he was sick.
I think he
102
was.
feet.
I think he was 5 of 21 from the field before that shot too. So yeah, he's not even having a good night, and he buries that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because that's one of the. I seen a knock of they were trying to say LeBron in that game that Jordan's known for hitting the last shot as a bull, basically.
Yeah,
they were
yeah.
like he actually had a terrible game, but he hit the game winner.
Hey, that's what the goats do.
That's exactly right.
You know what I mean? And guessing that's after he came back, too, Daddy. He would have had 8. He wasn't
Nah,
losing.
he wouldn't have had 8. He lost when they came back.
No, man.
Yeah, he
Won
did.
3 in a row.
And then they came back and they
Baseball,
lost in the
3 in a row.
playoffs. No,
No. Well, look
Yeah.
it up, bro.
Look it up,
91,
bro.
92,
Look it up,
93,
bro.
94, 95, 96, 97, 98. Look it
Look-
up.
look him-
That's why I
look-
texted you last night. Go
They
ahead.
came back and they lost to the Knicks. He was in the playoffs.
He
Wearing
came
45.
back halfway through that season.
Yeah,
though, so
and-
that's
and
not a
they
full
lost.
season.
He was in the playoffs. They lost to the Knicks. And they would have lost. They
Yeah,
might have
but
lost to Houston.
you
before
can't
that.
say that because if you never left is what I'm saying.
Maybe.
No,
you're
no,
right, though.
no.
Full season he won, but when he came back
that's
was
all right.
in during the season.
I don't
apologize.
know when
I don't
it,
know why you would do that. I apologize.
Yeah, it makes
I don't
no sense.
remember when
It's
it
'cause he
was,
couldn't play
though.
baseball.
Yeah.
That's why. That's why. But yeah, no, they lost. He lost to the Knicks with that. They
I was
lost
just
to the
getting
Knicks
my
with him
popcorn
playing.
out. I was like, who's right here?
No.
I don't know. Like, I'm
No,
I'm
it's
thinking
not
in
going
my
to call
head.
the guy a liar. I'm just,
No,
I thought
please
he
do.
played baseball for 2 seasons. So
Please
I just
do.
thought- I just didn't. I don't know why he would do that.
It's stunk at baseball.
But
no, that's well documented. We knew that.
he wasn't. My point is he could have easily won 8 if he never left.
Could have.
You could have
Maybe.
said somebody else
But
could knock
also,
him off. But he also gets. He's also
I also
not.
don't think he
Houston was
left.
pretty
I
good.
also don't think he left on purpose. I think he was.
We know that.
Yeah.
We know that.
He's a mega gambler. I think he was
We
gambling
know
on
that.
basketball, and they were like,
And
we're
those
gonna
2 Houston
suspend
teams
you.
were pretty good too. You know?
Yeah, they were really good.
Houston's were
Because the Knicks were trying to get over the hump of beating them for a couple years before he left, and then
they got floored by
they got
Rockets.
floored. Well, but then they got beat by Orlando the next after Jordan left. Young Shaq, and then the Rockets floored Young Shaq, and then Jordan came back. The Knicks beat him, get to the final, and they got floored by the Rockets too. So,
back
but then
Rockets.
he was back 90, 96, 97, 98. They won all 3, and and then he's got 6, and it's just hey.
Yeah, it was 2 threes. Yeah, 2 3-peats. Yeah.
Yeah, when you're struggling that much from the court too, from the floor, and you bury a winner like that too, that's what makes it even more impressive.
No.
Absolutely.
You're 5 for 21, and you weren't feeling it that night, but it just shows your muscle memory to hit game winners doesn't go away.
I mean, obviously, I knew Wills was right. He came back wearing 45, and it was a big issue.
He wore 45.
Yeah.
It's like in a rap song.
Yeah, it was like, what are you
Jordan
doing,
come
dude?
back
wearing
like Jordan wearing the
4-5.
They didn't play games with
And
him.
then next year he went back to 23, and it was like, oh, the goat's back. He's back. 45 didn't feel right, right?
He did drop 60 wearing the 45 though.
But you are right. He never lost his
Madison Square
23.
Garden, I'm pretty
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
Never lost in the
No, not wearing 23. No.
He was lights out wearing 23. All right, that's gonna wrap it up. Fucking great show. Hopefully keep a
Let's
series moving.
let's not get skunked. Let's go. I mean, show up.
Don't
play,
get swept.
Play with heart and find a way to finish a game. And let's get it back to Boston and see what happens.
Anything happens, one at a time.
Yeah.
One at a time. For Tom Arnone, Nick Delgazzo, Brian Wilson, Rob Pope on the ones and twos, and all the family out there. Thank you for listening. Agree, disagree, A2D Radio. I thank Gibson Mayer LLC for sponsoring every Sunday show. Our certified public accountant. Make them yours. Find them on the web, GibsonMayer.com. We out, fam.
Later.
Late.